If you've never checked us out, please do. Better yet, come see us for yourself. On the corner of Kingston Pike and Campbell Station Road, look for the topiary of the Big Diamond Ring. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We want to be your jeweler. A proud sponsor of Farragut Football.
This is Derek Miser with Miser Wealth Partners. Are you still funding your 401k today? If so, you need to consider this. With our federal debt soaring past $35 trillion and the interest rate related to that debt now representing 1/6 of our federal budget, your retirement savings might not be as secure as you think. Don't leave your future to chance. Discover a wiser tax-free alternative today. Isn't it time you experience the Miser difference? Call Miser Wealth Partners today at 865-281-1616.
Welcome back into our Farragut football pregame show on this season opening night from Carson Newman University here in Jefferson City as the Admirals and Sevier County Smoky Bears warming up down below in advance of this opener, and looks like it's going to be a pretty nice night for football. Temperature-wise, it's good. There is the threat of some thunderstorms, but hopefully most of that was wrung out earlier as we had some rain in the area, and now it has at least partially cleared as, again, these teams warm up in advance of tonight's lid lifter. Let's get a look at Coach Jeff Courtney's starting lineups as the Admirals on offense. Up front at left tackle, we'll have number 63, Aiden Perez. At left guard, it will be number 50, Luca Hoffer. The center, number 62, is Will Sooks. The right guard is number 52, Bryson Bassett. And at right tackle this evening, number 67, MJ Keener. The Admirals will have number 45, Aaron Heatherly. At tight end, in the slot, anticipated being number 13, Anderson Glover this evening. He is a sophomore. The outside receivers being the big receiver, number 10, Max Garfield, senior, and opposite him, number 2, Johnny Jacobs, junior. In the offensive backfield, Farragut will have at running back to start, number 26, Carter Collier, a sophomore. We'll also see Charlie Noble, I would suspect, the senior, early and often. The quarterback, number 3, Corbin Hobson. And Corbin, coming off a fine sophomore campaign, grew up a lot over the course of the 2024 season, completed 61% of his passes, 1,938 yards, long of 75, 13 touchdowns to 9 interceptions for Hobson. And as he went, so oftentimes how the Admirals went in the second half of the season. And Farragut, of course, won 4 of their final 5 games in the regular season last year after a tough start. And Hobson's, again, maturity and growing into the role certainly was a big part of that. Defensively for Farragut, it will be up front at the nose, number 4, Jack Plumley. At left end, you've got number 99, Owen Petoskey. Petoskey, one of the top defensive returners from a year ago along that defensive line, making 39 total hits, 6.5 tackles for loss, and a couple of sacks. He also forced a fumble and had a recovery a year ago. So they're expecting big things from Petoskey, as well as the right end, number 36, Stephen Doubleday. So Doubleday last year, a couple of tackles for loss. And, again, he's going to be counted on heavily this year to sort of fill that role of the Harrison Kilpatrick type a year ago. At the linebacker spots inside, you've got experience with senior number 20, Connor Paris. Connor was the second leading tackler a year ago on the team, and a young man that came on strong late in the season as a freshman, and now his sophomore campaign, number 42, Colt Brooker. The jack linebacker, number 44, Colton Liner, and the star backer, outside backer, number 16, Noah Haig, senior, one of the 2 young men that Coach Jeff Courtney took with him to Media Day. The corners tonight will be, I would expect, Donovan Lloyd at one corner and then probably Anderson Glover at the other, but we could see Cole McDonald, could see Porter Smith, and we'll just see. But Zane Qureshi-Smith, normally, of course, a starter at corner, is not available tonight, so a little bit of shuffling going on in the secondary for the Admirals. The weak safety will be Mason Apolategi, and the free safety, Harrison Smith. Smith last year, very solid at his safety spot with 66 total hits on the year. Admirals struggled to create turnovers a year ago, and so hopefully that will change this year. But all told, for Farragut a year ago, they were minus 11 in turnover margin and had only 10 takeaways. 3 fumble recoveries, 7 interceptions, and so hopefully that defense ball hawking group this year, that number will hopefully improve. You look at what Sevier County is going to put on the field to start, and it's a lot of experience from a 15-0 team in 2024, led by the quarterback, Cooper Newman, who had himself a phenomenal season with 45 touchdowns and only 1 interception. 3,488 yards passing, completing 72% of his passes, as the Smoky Bears averaged 379 yards a game on offense last year, 142 on the ground, 237 through the air. So pretty balanced attack. The running game was productive, 5.7 yards per attempt. They scored 31 touchdowns on the ground, again 45 touchdowns through the air, but a lot of experience back, whether it's up front in the trenches or at the skill positions. And again, Cooper Newman, now a junior quarterback, just a junior, is a talented young man for sure, one of the top quarterbacks in the state of Tennessee. Let's see, for Sevier County up front, it'll be left tackle, number 71, Parton. At left guard, it'll be number 62, Brown. He's a senior, as is Parton. Continuing the senior theme at center, you've got number 50, Cunningham. Right guard, Jarnigan, is also a senior. He wears number 51. And right tackle, number 68, Campbell, also a senior. So all senior offensive line for the Smoky Bears. Again, Cooper Newman, the junior quarterback, and behind him will be Nathan Patterson, sophomore running back. A year ago, 380 yards rushing, 4.6 per attempt, 3 rushing touchdowns for Patterson. And the H-back will be Bryson Hedrick. Hedrick, a year ago, 47 catches, 16.6 per reception, 7 touchdowns, along of 85. And he contributed on both sides of the ball for that in that state championship run for Sevier County. The slot receiver will be for Sevier County, Perry. Let's see if I've got a first name for Perry. That would be Jackson Perry. As a year ago, 14 receptions, including 4 touchdowns, along of 46 for Perry. And then you're going to have outside big receiver Parker Newman, two-way star, two-way standout for Sevier County, as Newman, a junior, 6'5", 195, and so he plays both linebacker and wideout for the Smoky Bears. And then opposite him at the Z receiver position, that's going to be Wyatt Maples. He's a senior, 6', 149. The defense for the Smoky Bears, they'll have at the nose Wilson, who is a junior. That would be Graven Wilson, 6', 288. At the tackle position, number 73, a junior, Drake Meek. The Jack outside backer on the line will be Preston Husky, senior, 6'3", 235. And at end, number 8, Jackson Perry, 6'4", 223. So good size up front for Sevier County, as they've got 3 juniors and 1 senior along that defensive front. Middle linebacker will be number 32, Brock McGinnis, a senior, 6', 190. The star backer, number 6, aforementioned Parker Newman. Stand out on both sides of the ball for the Smoky Bears. Number 47 at linebacker as well is Joey Gallazin. He's a senior, 6'4", 197, and young man who probably one of the more versatile returning players from a year ago for Sevier County. The corners will be Hedrick, number 0, Bryson Hedrick, the senior, and also at corner number 13 as he's starting both at receiver and at corner Wyatt Maples, the senior. Strong safety is Akers, a junior. Free safety Banks, a sophomore. And Admirals should have a bit of an advantage, I would think, where the specialists are concerned, as, of course, Ryan McHugh didn't miss last year. One of the most accurate kickers in Farragut High School history. And Sevier County, as far as I can tell, breaking in a new kicker with Parker Adams, who only had 3 PATs a year ago. So that's a look at your starters for both the Smoky Bears and the Admirals. We welcome in Brett Clendenin and Tyler Carr. And guys, I talked a little bit, touched on it a little bit about the turnover situation. Last year, Farragut struggled to create takeaways, and sometimes we're a little bit generous, and so minus 11 in the turnover margin. Meanwhile, Sevier County, as you would expect in a 15-0 season, they were on the opposite end of the spectrum. From what I can gather, plus 30 in turnover margin last year. And so, you know, season openers are always games where you're going to have perhaps uncharacteristic mistakes, or maybe the mistakes are characteristic of first games, but hopefully something that is short-lived and soon put to bed, and in the weeks you make rapid improvement. The weeks that follow, you make rapid improvement. But certainly turnovers a big part when you look at what Farragut is up against tonight. They can't be in a deficit where turnover margin's concerned.
Yeah, and we talk about stats. You know, it's year 13 for me. I think we said it's year 13 for Tyler with a off and on, right? And it's a stat that you've quoted throughout the years, and one that we've usually done a good job of. Obviously, it's a stat that usually tells you a lot about what can happen. And obviously, tough year last year, and obviously that didn't go well for us. And on the other spectrum, 15-0 and plus 30. So that plays a big factor. But the Admirals, have got to win that battle. Probably can't lose it, but they got to win it probably to have a chance tonight against former state champions. And I'm excited, obviously, to see what we've got tonight.
I think we're underestimating the importance of turnovers, because not only are you getting the ball back, you may be halting momentum, you may be starting momentum, you may be creating momentum. Tonight, that's going to be sort of a unique environment because neither one of these teams are in front of their home crowd for the season opener. Both teams have an essential away game to get over here, so you don't necessarily have the environment that you're used to having on a Friday night, even though we're now on Saturday. And so we're just going to have to go out there and try to do it, and you want to limit your mistakes, and you want to try to force the opponent to make more mistakes. That's how you win ball games.
Especially early in the season, it can be pivotal anytime, but even exacerbated, you might say, even more in the early going. But Farragut, Sevier County tonight, guys. Watching Farragut this past week in practice, I tell you, they've got some impressive youngsters and some guys at running back, some guys at receiver that I think are really going to impress folks as the season progresses. It's going to be interesting to see how quickly they kind of fill out their roles on this team.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Was kind of the next thing I wanted to talk about. I know Tyler and I both kind of remember that first game starting in high school, and you kind of think, am I good enough to play at this level? Do I have a chance to be a really talented guy or a guy that can compete? And I think when you talk about turnovers in a big environment, a team that is probably favored to win the game against you, one, you want momentum to go your way, but you want those kids to gain confidence. And so it's really big. Like Tyler said, it's a different perspective. It's a great view, great field, but obviously it's an away game for both teams, neutral site game. So that's going to be big. And obviously there's a lot of sophomores and juniors on this Farragut team getting their first shot at Friday Night Lights, or call it Saturday Night Lights tonight. So, yeah, I think momentum and turnovers are key.
I think that, you look at it, I almost feel like you're wanting to play up the Rocky card tonight. Like, you want to say, hey, this is the defending 5A state champions, and we all watched their run for the state championship last year because every week seemed like it was a Cinderella story. It was I guess Powell, then West, and then Oak Ridge, and then you get to the state championship game, and everyone wrote Sevier County off. Like, Page was supposed to go in there and just dominate that, and Sevier County went in there and dominated that game with a very, very talented Page program. And so you almost want want that Rocky mindset tonight. They're going to give you, this is your shot. You go out here and you take it tonight and embrace the moment, because this is going to be magical atmosphere. It looks like we've got nice weather out here. We've got a beautiful view. Eric, I know you're probably going to be able to tell me what mountains and hills I'm looking at, but it is absolutely gorgeous out here tonight. Wonderful environment for football. And Eric, I went and did some stats for you since you're a stat guy. The offensive line for Sevier County is going to average 278 pounds tonight against the three-man front. That's something that you have to overcome. And then the 4 defensive linemen for Sevier County average 243. So there's going to be just one more mountain to climb. And as I said, with the Rocky mentality, you come out swinging.
They are a thoroughly good football team. Up front, quarterback is outstanding. Good, impressive skill people. We'll be talking with Coach Jeff Courtney here shortly, but he said, the guys that they lost to graduation last year, it looks like it's just kind of plug and play. They've filled in with guys that look strikingly similar to those guys that were so big for them a year ago. I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Ken Sparks Athletic Complex down to our right, former Farragut head football coach that once he left Farragut High School came here to Carson Newman and had himself a Hall of Fame career with the Eagles. Of course, we lost Coach Sparks a couple of years ago, but the street's named after Coach Sparks here in Jefferson City and the athletic complex as well. Outstanding man, great man of faith. We're going to step aside, get a break for our sponsors, and come back on the other side with my interview this morning with Farragut head coach Jeff Courtney, starting his second year at the helm. Back after this as you listen to Farragut football on West 105 and worldwide at WFIV.com.
Life doesn't run on bank hours. That's why Citizens Bank offers checking accounts with tools you can use anytime, like mobile deposit, debit card controls, and online bill pay. Whether it's for your home or your business, you'll get options that work and support from people based right here in Knoxville and Lenoir City. Explore your options at citizensbank24.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is John Blair from Blair House. This time of year is filled with birthdays and anniversaries that call for gifting that is both personal and unique. At Blair House, we offer a wide variety of jewelry, chandeliers, and other unique and hard-to-find gifts for when the gift must be perfect. Blair House, your time-tested connection to the treasures of the past. Blair House, 210 North Forest Park Boulevard in Bearden.
Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Blair House Antiques, Knoxville.
Welcome back to the Farragut Football pregame show on West 105 and online at WFIV.com as the Admirals kick off the 2025 season at Carson Newman's Berktar Stadium, facing defending 5A state champion Sevier County. I'm pleased, as always, to be joined at this time by Farragut head coach Jeff Courtney. And, Coach, always an exciting time of the year on the cusp of a new season. So what's your assessment of how this team has progressed through the so-called off-season?
First and foremost, welcome back, Eric. It's great to get the season kicked off here tonight. But to answer your question, I think it's been a great off-season for our program. Our players have really worked and developed in the weight room all winter and all spring. We got a lot accomplished during our spring practice session, and then it just continued into the summer and into our preseason camp. And I told the team yesterday we were able to make significant strides each week in our preseason work, that we felt like as a football team and coaches that we were progressing the way we should. So we're excited that it's here tonight. The kids are excited that it's here tonight. We're just looking forward to 7 o'clock kickoff.
Larger senior class this year, kind of more to what we've come to expect from Farragut, with numbers kind of mid-20s for that senior class. But then you've also got a lot of guys, it seems like freshmen and sophomore, who are likely to be key contributors. So a nice blend.
Yeah, we've got 25 or 26 seniors, a great group of leaders. We're excited about what they've been able to do is coming into their leadership role and running this football team, so to speak. But you're right. We've got a good mix of underclassmen. I feel good about we've got a good number in our junior class and our sophomore class, and then another big freshman class that came in. So, yeah, the numbers are up, and it's helping us as we get through. It's going to be a long season, challenging season. but we feel like we're equipped to take it on.
It was interesting last year. You had a couple of new additions, guys who were seniors came out for football in Luke Finnegan and Randon Miller. Any stories similar to that this year, or just guys maybe that have kind of come from nowhere to kind of burst onto the scene in this their final year in high school?
We don't have anybody new that's coming out as a senior, but that's taking it on for the first time. But I think we've got a bunch of kids in this class. Obviously Owen Potofsky is going to get some headlines this year, and he's been a very productive player for us in the past. But just really a bunch of guys, even down to like Ryan McHugh, our kicker, who has developed, and you think about where he was 4 years ago to where he is now, being, a prospect kicker, and is going to have opportunities to play college football after this year. But a bunch of guys in that group: Fletcher Haddad, Noah Haig, Michael Julian, Bryson Bassett, Luca Hoffer, kind of all these kind of unsung heroes or unsung players because they're offensive linemen, defensive linemen, kickers, linebackers, so to speak. Don't get a lot of the headlines, but this group has developed probably about as well as any group that we've had over the course of 4 years. And so the number one thing is they're great young men. They're great leaders. It is very much a player-led locker room, which has been great for us as coaches. And they're excited about this year, and they're excited about the potential success that they want to have in this season.
So oftentimes over the years, Farragut has had a potent running game. Last year, that aspect of Farragut's offense fell off a bit. How do you feel about the run game this year with the assortment of running backs you've got, as well as the guys, the big nasties up front?
Yeah, I feel good about where we're at. We've been a lot more productive in the preseason. In the spring, we've been a lot more, we're deeper, I think, at depth at running back. Charlie Noble returns, and he's put on some size and some speed as a senior. And then we've got underclassmen that have proven themselves to add value to our offense, and that's like Carter Collier, Logan Wright, Donovan Lloyd. All three of those guys are young sophomores. And then even freshman Nathan Jacobs has shown that he can handle a bit of the workload as well. So I feel like we've got a stable of running backs, and it's just a matter of, who's in rhythm and who's being the productive guy on any given night. But I feel like we've got some capable backs there at that position. So, we were fortunate last year with Randon and Luke coming out. They really added some depth to the running back room. Didn't have to put a whole lot of load on any one guy. And you mentioned them, so I'll mention them right back. Just them coming out as a first-year player off of other sports teams at Farragut, coming out and playing running back and having the success that they did last year just was speaking to their type of ability and their character and just what they wanted to do to help their team.
And we saw Corbin Hobson last year at quarterback mature over the course of the season, just a sophomore a year ago, but when it was all said and done, completing better than 60% of his passes, nearly 2,000 yards, 13 touchdowns, and really, you saw his growth during that 4-game winning streak mid-season as he helped engineer Farragut's turnaround. It's always nice, obviously, to have the guy behind center that has got a year under his belt, unlike a year ago when both he and Noah at the varsity level, very green at quarterback.
Yes, correct. And when you're trying to break in a new quarterback, you're really trying to break in a new identity for an offense because it's so much of a quarterback-driven game now. And so I think just the experience that he was able to gain last year, the productivity that he was able to play with towards the end of the year, I think it only added to his confidence. He's taken that head on into our off-season program. He's probably put on 15 or 20 more pounds. He's gotten stronger. He's got the abilities to make all the throws now. And he's had a great off-season, very accurate in the spring and in the summer. In our 7-on-7 work, he's been good in our scrimmages that we've had. And so we're looking forward to him kind of taking the next step for his level of play so that, our offense can be dynamic once again.
You had a couple of guys last year that big shoes to fill, Robbie Jacobs and Landon Collins, the two combined for 105 receptions, both of them over 800 yards receiving in 2024. So maybe not as much experience for Corbin to throw to, but at the same time, too, it looks like a promising group for you at receiver.
Yeah, another position I feel good about our depth. Max Garfield has come on as a senior. He looks the part. He kind of looks like Landon does physically, being a longer, bigger body outside there. We've got Ethan Farragut that's returning. He'll be a good player once again for us this year. He's dealing with a little minor injury right now. But then other guys have stepped up into that role, Anderson Glover, Johnny Jacobs, John Haskins. We feel good about having 5 or 6 receivers that are going to be capable to play those 3 or 4 spots. Coach Jacobs, Ryan Jacobs, has done a great job developing that position group. There's a lot of competition there in that group, and they've worked hard to get up to speed with Corbin and with their roles in our offense to be a productive player for us.
Defensively, really like your inside backers when you think about what we saw from a very young Colt Brooker last year. Got substantial playing time late in the season, and I thought really stepped up to the challenge. And then you've got a guy back, Connor Paris, who was, I believe, second on the team last year to Carbaugh in tackles, but a guy that is just sort of your prototypical Farragut linebacker over the years.
Yeah, I really feel good about our second and third level in our defense, and then obviously Owen up front on our defensive line and
right.
Steven. But, yeah, linebackers, you said it right. You know, they look the part. Colt's a year older. Connor's a year older back in the program. You know, he got here last year just about, 2 weeks before school started. And so for Connor to have the year he did last year really speaks to his ability. But he's really taken on a leadership role being the senior guy in that group. Fletcher Haddad has also been in there and played well this preseason. Brenton Haig, Caden Renfro. Feel good about some depth there at that position as well. But you're right. Brooker and Connor, when they're in there together, they kind of look like some formidable players that we've had in the past. Eli Purcell, Cade Berkey, Drew Butler, those types of linebackers is what they kind of draw comparisons to. So we're hoping that they stay healthy because they play with a bit of a mean streak, and they're going to fly around. They're going to be aggressive. They love the physical contact part of the game, which is what you got to have to play inside linebacker. So we're hoping that they can have a big year, and our defense can have a big year because we made significant strides, I thought, last year defensively as a whole, and we've been trying to challenge our guys to continue to develop and take the next step as a defense. We're playing against a good team tonight in Sevier County and a very dynamic quarterback and dynamic skill position players, and they're big up front on offensive line. So we got to be ready to meet the challenge.
Yeah, how about the challenge for the secondary against a quarterback the caliber of Cooper Newman? Young man had what I would call an Adam Fulton-like season a year ago. Just crazy numbers, 40-plus touchdowns to 1 interception, and was just outstanding, of course, in leading Sevier County to an undefeated state championship season. So you feel like that secondary obviously is going to be tested.
Absolutely. They're going to run through Cooper Newman, being their trigger guy. He is a dynamic player, a Division I college prospect, and they got good people around him. But they do a really good job, and you can see it with his stats and his production last year, is they get everybody in their skill positions involved. They'll throw it down to the tight end. They'll check it down to the running back. They'll screen you. They'll throw the intermediate short passes. So it's not just like they're trying to run around and run by people and throw it to guys over your head all the time. But, yeah, our defensive secondary, Anderson Glover, Donovan Lloyd, Harrison Smith, Mason Apolategi, those guys are going to be challenged tonight. We're going to have to play good in the open field. When they do check it down, when he does hit his tight end, we're going to have to rally down and tackle and get the ball down. And then when he tries to circumvent or tries to run around and extend the play, we're going to have to get him down and corral him because he can hurt you with his legs too. So they did get hit by some graduation, some key areas, but wherever it was, I feel like they replaced it with a kid that looks similar and has similar type of ability than the previous guy. They had a big offensive lineman committed and went to MTSU last year. They replaced him with another big kid that's in there that can move and looks physical. The big tight end that they had last year, I think he had like 10 or 12 touchdowns, and he was kind of the security blanket for their quarterback, Cooper Newman, last year, but they replaced him with another kid that played some last year, played a lot of defense. He looks the part as well. So, and then running back, they had a senior running back and then worked in the young freshman last year, and now he's back going into a sophomore year. I mean, they very much look like they have replenished or replaced what they lost. We know what the challenge is in front of us tonight. We're excited to play in this game. We're excited to play against a team like Sevier County that's not a region game, but it's going to prepare us for a region opponent later on down the road. and they'll be a playoff team. And so
just a 30-second spot, Dusty, after this.
These kind of teams, I feel
Single
like it's
30.
only helping your team prepare themselves for the postseason, and that's our number one goal, is to qualify for the playoffs and then see what happens from there. So these types of games, I feel like, prepare the team to get ready for those moments. We've been watching high school football these last 2 nights, and you've seen some of the struggles with people making first game mistakes and, some conditioning or hydration, all that sort of stuff. But we're excited that it's here and that we get our chance to play tonight in front of a big crowd in a unique environment up at Carson Newman. We couldn't be more excited to get there and play this game.
What do you see, Coach, as a few of the keys to Farragut giving itself the opportunity to be in the game, a chance to win it in the fourth quarter?
I think the number one thing is taking care of the football, and we have to be able to minimize our mistakes. And if we can get some turnovers, I think that would be key. We have to be able to not have as many penalties as the next team, and then we have to be able to just endure the four-quarter challenge. It's always hard to simulate a four-quarter game, even in your preseason work and your off-season work. And so actually getting out there and playing a full 4 quarters for 48 minutes, our kids have to be ready to rise to the occasion. So I think we will. We're looking forward to the opportunity, and our kids are as well.
Coach, I thank you so much for your time. We look forward to tonight's ball game, and best of luck to you and your Admirals.
Eric, thank you, and we can't wait to get there and see you up there tonight, expecting a great game, big crowd, and what we've all been waiting for. So thanks again, and go Admirals.
That's Farragut head coach Jeff Courtney sharing his thoughts in advance of tonight's curtain raiser at Carson Newman versus Sevier County. Just ahead, the coin toss and tonight's opening kickoff. It's a Farragut football season opening Saturday night on West 105 and around the world at WFIV.com.
WFIV 105.3 FM, Loudon, Farragut, Lenoir City. You're listening to West 105.
From the water to the trails to the open road and beyond, summer is made for getting outdoors. Boats, motorcycles, ATVs, campers, and more. We've got your back, so keep getting wet or blazing trails all summer. Contact us at Bryan Insurance Group, 865-983-8114.
So the coin toss taking place down at midfield, and the honorary coin toss with Coach Eddie Courtney and Coach Steve Brewer, longtime coaches of these two programs, and both Fulton graduates. They were actually in school together with one another at Fulton back, I guess that would have been in the early 70s, and it is a point of pride, I know, for the good folks over at Fulton. We've had games, Farragut versus Fulton, over at their facility before, and they were very quick to point out, as if we didn't know, that Eddie Courtney was a Fulton alum, and very quick to add as well that Steve Brewer was also. And so those two fine coaches and fine men down at midfield, and it was actually Coach Brewer who flipped the coin, and Sevier County, appropriately enough, with Coach Brewer handling the duties, won the coin toss, and they elected to receive. And so Farragut is going to be kicking left to right as you listen, as the Admirals and Sevier County Smoky Bears just about set to get 2025 underway here at Berktar Stadium in Jefferson City on the campus of Carson Newman University. So glad you could join us, whether in the greater West Knoxville area on FM 105.3, West 105, around the world, WFIV.com, and there will be a video stream available, I believe, tomorrow, if not later tonight, but a delay on the video stream. As this is a little out of the ordinary, this particular game, and so I suppose someone perhaps has got exclusive rights or something along those lines. But appreciate you joining us, and looking forward to a great night of high school football. For right now, at least, weather's looking pretty good. A little bit dark off to our left, but pretty clear skies looking across the field and to our right. We're just about full speed ahead to get 2025 underway as Ryan McHugh approaches, boots it downfield, and that's going to be 3 yards deep in the end zone and a touchback to get us started. So Sevier County from its 20-yard line after the touchback by McHugh, who last year as the season wore on, we saw more and more of that, as McHugh on the year last year was touchback percentage of 55%, 24 touchbacks on 44 kickoffs. So the Admirals will see Sevier County come to the 20-yard line, ball in the middle of the field, and again, outstanding quarterback in Cooper Newman as he brings them up. Newman will hand off to his running back, and Farragut meets him in the hole and drives him back as Farragut had Brooker there. And also filling was Apolategi and Connor Paris, and really the entire Navy able to swallow up Nathan Patterson, the sophomore running back.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we brought a blitz there, and Brooker, Parrish met him in the hole. Really nice pursuit off the middle.
Second down 10, they run a little hurry up, and here's a toss ahead to the man in motion moving left to right. That's Bryson Hedrick, and Hedrick's going to have first down yardage as he's tripped up over in front of the Farragut bench across the way at the 32-yard line. But that will be a pass play, good for 12 yards.
Yeah, kind of a quick jet pitch there, and he gets enough for the first down off the right side.
It will be the initial Hearthside Bank first down. Hearthside Bank in Farragut on the southeast corner of Concord Road and Kingston Pike. Newman throws it down the line right side, and working his way in front of the Farragut bench for what is close to first down yardage yet again will be Wyatt Maples before he's escorted out of bounds. And that's going to be at the 40, it would appear, a gain of some 8 yards.
Yeah, they want to play fast and a quick screen to the near side there, and he gets 7 or 8.
So a couple of short passes, 20 yards for Newman, 2 for 2 here early on. Second down and 2 from the 40, and they give it to Patterson up the middle, and he will bulldoze his way across the 45 to the 46. That'll be the second Hearthside Bank first down of the possession here to begin our ball game for Sevier County on a 6-yard run between the tackles for Nathan Patterson.
Yeah, nice run off left guard there. Gets just enough for the Bears first down.
Ball closer to the right hash than the left. Just off the brow of the Eagle, painted on the midfield area here at Carson Newman. Back to pass. Newman lets it go deep over the middle. He's got a man open, lays out for it at the 15 and won't be able to get there. Full extension, great effort by Bryson Hedrick, but it was just barely overthrown as he had a step or two on the Farragut secondary, but unable to connect. It'll be second down and 10.
Yeah, double post on the right side. Hedrick wide open, just great protection from the Bears as well, but just a little bit overthrown.
Everything happening so fast for the Bears right now that they do that play action and get a deep ball in there, and it sucked the defense up. And if Bryson Hedrick would have been 5'10" instead of 5'6", he would have had a huge play.
Patterson this is going to be the pistol formation. They fire it quickly left side, and that'll be to Jackson Perry. And Perry is across the midfield stripe to the 44-yard line of Farragut, and that's going to be enough for the first down, a 10-yard gain. So a 10-yard gain to Jackson Perry, and move the sticks one more time. 3 first downs on this initial possession for Sevier County as they'll scrimmage. Ball between the hash marks from the 44-yard line of the Admirals. Farragut with 4 on the line. They give it to Patterson, and he is going to be crunched in the hole. Nothing doing. Second down and 10. Brooker was there. And again, there were plenty of company, as I think, in addition, Farragut had Doubleday in the vicinity quickly.
Yeah, you can tell Brooker, Parrish, a real strength of this defense. Your 2 middle inside linebackers, as nothing was doing on first down.
Patterson 3 carries, 6 yards thus far. Newman 3 for 4 through the air for 30 yards.
Alexis Martinez checking into the ball game for the Bears at running back.
So Martinez behind Newman, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Was tripped up at the 45, fell forward to the 44 with Brooker on top of him, and it's third down and 10 as Martinez on his first carry nets nothing. Here's the first third down of our ball game.
Yeah, a little surprised by that play call. 2 runs right up the middle, and it's going to be a big third and 10. Bears may think about going for this. Interesting play call here.
Last year, Farragut's opposition 44% on third down. First third down of the ball game from the Admiral 44-yard line. Admiral's creeping Noah Haig up on the line off the left side. He's coming, and this will be Newman stepping up, and he's going down at the 45-yard line. It'll be a 1-yard loss, as Farragut had Connor Paris and I believe Doubleday.
Noah Haig, your backup quarterback, kind of specialist, run him a lot on 3rd and 4th and 1, and playing a little outside linebacker safety this year, comes in on the blitz and a sack of about half a yard, as we'll see if they punt this football.
They are not in a formation to punt the ball, as you still have Newman standing back there with Martinez unless we get a quick kick.
Yeah.
5 of 13 last year was the opposition against Farragut on 4th down, 38% conversion rate, and now a timeout will be
assessed to the Admirals.
Used 4th down and 11, and Farragut used a timeout. It looked like to me there was also an indication that perhaps a little bit of crowding or on the sideline. May have misinterpreted that from the official, but Farragut using the timeout. First of the ball game is Sevier County apparently going to go for it. 4th down and 11 from the Farragut 45-yard line.
Yeah, I guess the Admirals were surprised that they were going to at least pretend to go for it. It looks like they may have switched to their punt team here, hopefully.
Assuming that's going to be number 19, Parker Adams, that would step onto the field to punt the ball for the Smoky Bears.
And Adams last year only had 1 punt, so I mentioned that when running down the lineups. Didn't get to all the specialists, but did mention the kicker / punter, and a big advantage for the Admirals, it would seem, in that area. And indeed, they're showing that they're going to punt, so there will not be.
You're saying he was the starter last year and punted one time?
No, he was not the starter. He only punted once.
I know they had a good year, but gosh.
Yeah.
They weren't that good.
He was the backup. But he hangs this one up nicely, and Apolategi is going to ask for a fair catch, and he muffed it, and Sevier County's got it at the 11-yard line. Farragut with an early turnover as the punt was muffed inside the 20, and Sevier County was there to cover it up immediately. A good coverage kick, and Noah Mendoza covers up the Farragut muff at the 11.
You asked in the roundtable first question, Eric, about turnovers, and you get a huge stop against a really high-profile offense and then muff the punt. That's exactly what you don't want to do.
So into the red zone for the Sevier County Smoky Bears.
8 minutes and counting here in the first quarter.
Ball closer to the left hash. A Sevier County pistol formation coming out left side. It's Newman, sets his feet, throws, has a man open, and it was almost intercepted by Farragut on a deflection. It went off the receiver's hands at the goal line, and Farragut's Glover, sophomore Anderson Glover, nearly had the pick on the deflection, but it ricochets off his hands as well. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, a little play action roll out to the left. I thought too much mustard by Newman and almost caught by the Admirals on the deflection. Can the Admirals get another stop?
3 first downs, then they forced the punt, and now it's going to be Sevier County with the second chance after the muff punt, scoring from 11 yards out. Taking it off the left side, it was Nathan Patterson, and Patterson scoots around the edge and sneaks into the left front corner of the end zone. Last year, 3 rushing touchdowns, and he'll have one here to open the scoring in this season opener here at Carson Newman this evening.
Yeah, you can't give a good team second chances. You can't give a great team second chances. Off left tackle, able to get in for the Bears for the first touchdown of the season.
Looks like Aiden Ottolini for the extra point for the Bears.
Kicker is a junior, and that is a low line drive that just did make it over the crossbar. So Ottolini is good on the extra point. He is number 80 for the 83. Wasn't anticipating that. 83, the place kicker for Sevier County. He does add the extra point, and the Smoky Bears lead it 7-0 with 7:42 to go in our opening quarter here at Bergtar Stadium in Jefferson City. Back with a kickoff in 1 minute as you listen to Farragut football, presented by Precision Door on West 105, worldwide at WFIV.com.
You never think about your garage door until there's a little uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Or even the occasional
now that can be good.
That's why the pros at Precision Garage Door Service are available same day with fully stocked trucks to fix it fast. So we can turn into
oh my, wow.
Precision Garage Door Service, a name you can trust.
This is George Bove with LCUB. Call before you dig. LCUB reminds you that state law requires you to call the Tennessee One Call number at least 3 business days before you do any digging or excavating work that could damage underground utilities. LCUB will come out and mark any primary underground service lines so you can dig safely. Call before you dig. Tennessee One Call, 1-800-351-1111. LCUB, thanks.
Kickoff goes down inside the 5-yard line. Directional kickoff to the near sideline. Mason Apolategi grabs it and brings it out to the 20, across the 25, across the 30 to the 31. So pretty good return by Apolategi as the Admirals go to work for the first time on offense. Corbin Hobson in the gun, pistol formation for the Admirals. Quick pass near side, and that ball's going to be caught to Johnny Jacobs. So firing it right side, Hobson connects with Jacobs, and just like that, the Admirals move the chains from the 31 out to the 43, a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, still got a Jacobs, that receiver. Quick hitch route, and he did a nice thing with it, getting upfield, getting the first down.
Initial Hearthside Bank first down for the Admirals. Hearthside Bank in Farragut, located on the southeast corner of Concord Road and Kingston Pike. Hand off to Collier up the middle. Carter Collier, sophomore running back, moves to the 49-yard line. So a nice hole up the middle as the Admirals on first down. Pop one for about 6.
Yeah, nice run there by Collier, 26. 2nd and 4. He right on the 49-yard line.
Of course, I got to point out Eric's favorite uniform, the white jerseys with the silver pants. All new, nice-looking threads.
I think you can see all numbers for sure tonight. No issues on seeing numbers.
Yeah, numbers are great, and we've got a great vantage point here at Burke Tar. Fantastic facility.
There we go. Good
blocking.
Hand
off to Collier coming right, and he's going to be pushed back after he got into Sevier County territory at close to the 48-yard line. So that was a gain of 3. It's going to set up third down in about 1.5.
Maples and Akers coming up from the defensive back position to make the tackle.
I'll call it just 2. So third down and 2 as the Admirals face third down.
Yeah, solid 2.
Farragut last year, 29% on third down, was not a particular strong suit for the Admirals. Of course, so many times that depends on the run game, and the run game was not up to Farragut's usual standards last year, and Collier stumbles a bit and was trying to make a cut, might have gotten half a yard, but again, he needed 2, and now we've got a little extracurricular. Hopefully no flags thrown on that.
Man, I feel like we missed the hole there, Eric. I thought we needed to cut that one up and run it. Oh, and I hate the spot. The spot is atrocious. I think we missed the hole, but terrible spot. We're lucky for not a personal foul at the end of that. They let that kind of scrummage go, but we're going to go for it with 4th and 1 3/4.
Pistol formation. Pistol formation for the Admirals as Carter Collier is the running back behind quarterback Corbin Hobson. Aaron Heatherly's the H-back off to the left. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Pump fakes right. Hobson now's in a world of hurt and comes to the near sideline. Is popped out of bounds at the 48 of the Admirals. That's going to be a 3-yard loss on 4th down, and the ball will go over to Sevier County.
Well, it looked like he checked out of it to try to throw a quick hitch, but his receiver on this side was not on the same page, and then he tries to scramble for it. Absolutely doesn't even get close. Very disappointing last couple plays of the drive.
So a single first down, and then over on downs as the Admirals had it 3rd and 2, but couldn't pick up the necessary yardage in 2 attempts. So Sevier County will start in Farragut territory at the 48-yard line, leading 7-0 as we've got 5:38 remaining in our opening quarter. And this is Newman under duress, steps away from one defender, lobs it downfield's got a man open, and he makes a running catch as he goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line of Farragut. So that'll be a 22-yard gain as the catch is made across the way by Parker Newman, the cousin to quarterback Cooper Newman.
Wow, Owen Petoskey got a really quick pressure. Nice job there to avoid the rush and then able to throw a beautiful ball to his cutting Bear.
Did you see how effortlessly that Newman just sort of flicked it and got that ball out there? And you would think it was a short little pass, but he put that ball in the air 30 yards.
Yeah. Good composure as well. Kept the eyes downfield, fires it left side down the line to Zach Banks. And Banks to the near sideline is going to be pushed out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of about 9 and set up second down and short.
Not the start we were looking for after the muffed punt, and then go for it on 4th and inches and be not on the same page there as they're back in the goal or red zone.
Coach Jeff Courtney talking in our pregame interview about how Sevier County will spread the ball around, and that is the 5th different receiver already to catch a pass. Second down and short, they give it to Patterson. He stumbles through the hole, but I think he got what was necessary. Petoskey tripped him up. I may not have.
They are marking him
about a half-yard shy.
Yeah. I feel like the Bears right now are having trouble with Owen Petoskey up front, and that's good to see for the Admiral defense.
Yeah, he looks good, active and physical.
Third down, 1 to go for the Smoky Bears, who are 0 of 1 on third down.
A lot of short spots early.
Firing it left side, making the catch will be Newman, and Newman's popped out of bounds by Apolategi, but not until he muscles his way down to the 11-yard line, and so that's going to be a 6-yard gain and a third down conversion.
Yeah, and you talked about a pregame, Eric. This offense is really balanced. I mean, they'll run it, they'll throw screens, they'll throw it deep, they'll play action. Really balanced, and then there they just use the screen as a motion for the run game, and he gets plenty for the first down.
So they converted in the red zone after the muffed punt earlier, and they're in the red zone yet again are the Smoky Bears of Sevier County at the 11-yard line, first down and 10, and they'll pitch it to a man in motion coming through the middle off the right side, lined up as an H-back, and he stumbles through the hole down to about the 7-yard line. Taking that pitch was Zach Banks, and Banks moves for a gain of 4, we'll say. Call it 3.
Yeah, outside backer read it well there on the pitch, just couldn't make the tackle. He's going to force, got a couple yards, but really had a chance in the backfield.
From the 11 to the 8, it's second down and 7 for Sevier County. Clock rolling, 4:05 to go in our opening quarter. Pistol formation. Handoff Patterson. Patterson met and dropped after a gain of perhaps 1 as Farragut had Noah Haig in on the tackle. Owen Petoskey at the bottom of the pile as well.
You know, you love seeing Owen Petoskey get out from the bottom of the pile because while he may have not made the tackle, he's creating a lane and creating chaos up there, leading to these backs having to stop, change directions, and letting the linebackers flow the football.
Well, and the defenses, the front sevens really look pretty good. They've been on the field the entire quarter, but the front seven stopped the run pretty well.
Patterson's touchdown run maybe being the exception. Otherwise, yeah, absolutely. They throw right side, and it'll be dropped at the goal line. Had a man open at the goal line, and Farragut closing with Harrison Smith, but that one was dropped before Smith got there as Bryson Hedrick couldn't make the reception, so it'll bring up
fourth
down.
7.
Yeah, drop the touchdown. The Bears don't look to be a team that's very scared about really doing anything. They may just elect to go for this. Like I said, the field goal kicker's not extremely reliable early. May go for it.
The extra point just did clear the crossbar.
Yeah, awfully low.
And so Sevier County on 4th down and 6
Big
from
play.
the 7-yard line will go for it. They'll have a bunch formation off the left. That's the
Turn
side
back.
Newman's rolling to. Now he throws backside. The catch is made by Hedrick, and Hedrick will take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 4th down conversion and a touchdown for Sevier County from 7 yards out. So they pick up the first down and the touchdown, and they convert in the red zone for the second time in as many opportunities.
Yeah, big play, roll to the left, a little throwback to the running back. Nobody really home other than the backside corner who had many blockers in front of him, and big Bears touchdown to go up 2.
So again, on to attempt the extra point will be Aiden Ottolini, I believe, as the snap comes back and Kicker puts his toe into it and missed it. Off to the right.
Prettier, but doesn't go in.
Kick had more elevation to it, but off to the right, I believe. And so a missed extra point, and our score is Sevier County 13, Farragut nothing, with 3:12 remaining in our opening quarter here at Carson-Newman University. Back in 1 minute with the kickoff as you listen to Farragut football on West 105 worldwide at WFIV.com.
Banking should feel personal, and at Hearthside Bank, we make sure it does. With services designed for you, from everyday banking to complex loans, we're here when you need us. Visit our Farragut branch today and discover the difference of banking with a local team that is always within reach. Hearthside Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Leanne for Valley Plumbing. We are a local family-owned plumbing company specializing in water heater repair and replacement, clogged drains, broken pipes, and most importantly, taking care of you, the customer. We service all of West Knoxville, Loudoun, Blount, and Anderson counties. We offer same-day service, and we want to be your first and your last call. Call us at 213-3360, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or visit valleyplumbingtn.com.
So after the 7-yard touchdown completion from Parker Newman to Bryson Hedrick, the kickoff, the Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff, sails down inside the 10, where again it's Mason Apolategi grabbing it. This time not quite as much on the return, got across the 20, slung down at the 24-yard line. And so the Admirals go to work there with 3:05 to play in our opening quarter, trailing 13-0. Carter Collier threw a hole in the middle, and Farragut trying to push the pile. They never did get Collier down, but a nice gain on first down for Carter as he moves to the 30-yard line, a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, Collier definitely getting a lot of carries early. You saw a lot of Charlie Noble last year. Collier looks fast and athletic in the hole. Admirals, not the first 10 minutes they were looking for, but just got to settle into this game and get a touchdown, get back in it.
So the Admirals on first down gain out to the 30 on the 6-yard run by Collier, giving him 14 here early on. They'll hand it to him again off the right side. He moves to the 34-yard line, and that's close to first down yardage. They may eyeball this, Brett, and say first down, and indeed they did.
Well, one of my favorite things about high school football is the eyeball first down. We've got a lot of great vision, and they still looking for referees, Tyler? Or?
Of course. The TWSWA is willing to take anyone if you go through the proper training. TWSWA.org. I went to the rules meeting just a few weeks ago, and I learned some very invaluable information.
Carter Collier moves the chains on back-to-back runs, and Farragut picks up its second first down in this opening quarter. 2 minutes to go opening quarter. Collier running right, gets the corner, and is going to push forward. And we'll see where they ultimately, was he out of bounds before falling forward? Looks like they're going to say 36-yard line. So that's just going to be a gain of a couple.
Luca Hoffer coming from the left guard position, pulling around and just paving a way, and caught a unsuspecting Smokey Bear and politely introduced themselves at the line of scrimmage like all good linemen do.
Seeing a little bit of sun poking out here, about 30 yards of the field now has some sunlight.
Farragut heading into the shadows created by the home grandstand here at Burke Tar. Pistol formation. Hobson fires quickly to Aaron Heatherly. Sit down for the tight end, and he moves forward to the 44-yard line, and that looks like that should be an eyeball first down for the Admirals as they move from the 36. Indeed, they wave them ahead. An 8-yard completion and another Hearthside Bank first down.
I liked Aaron last year as a sophomore, gotten bigger, now 237 pounds. Nice catch there on the hitch route, gets upfield for a big Admiral first down. And early on, when Hobson is throwing it, boy, he's getting it out of his hands quickly.
Aaron Heatherly with his first catch of the night. Back to passes. Hobson throws downfield looking for Jacobs and overshot him at the 25-yard line. And Farragut lost a lid, an offensive lineman did, so he's going to have to leave the game. That's going to be Aiden Perez going off, and checking into the lineup for the Admirals, Michael Julian. Incomplete pass, the first, I believe, for Hobson now. 2 for 320 yards. Completions to Johnny Jacobs and Aaron Heatherly.
Timing looked off on that play. It looked like 8 or 9 people started before the snap.
Heatherly, by the way, had 7 receptions last year, including a touchdown. Second down, 10 yards to go from the 44. Ball on the near side hash as Farragut moves left to right late in this first quarter. Fire it down the line left side. And the Admirals will get upfield with the big receiver Max Garfield, the senior, as he crosses the 50. Well, no, I guess he didn't quite make the 50, 49-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 5. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
And Charlie Noble in last play for the first time tonight. And as Coach Jeff Courtney said pregame, Garfield looks a little bit like Collins there as he gets it on the screen and gets what he can. The big 3rd and 5. Yep. Yes, sir.
Got somebody to move up front. Everybody's pointing both ways, but I think maybe Raven Wilson, the junior.
Prior to the snap. Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
He started going with the false start, and he changes it to offsides, and it looked like it was a little bit less than 5, so it is going to give the Admirals the first down.
So no 3rd down try. Erase that from the stat sheet, but give Farragut its 4th Hearthside Bank first down of this opening quarter, which is now in the books. A good one for Sevier County. We said at the outset that the Admirals needed to avoid turnovers. A costly turnover early in this ball game after the defense had gotten a stop, gotten off the field. Farragut muffed a punt inside the red zone. Sevier County took over, and a couple of plays later scored on the 11-yard touchdown run by Nathan Patterson. Farragut went over on downs at midfield, and Sevier County capitalized on the good starting field position, marching for 3 first downs and completing the drive on a 7-yard touchdown pass. Parker Newman to Bryson Hedrick. That was a 4th down play. 3:12 to go in the first quarter. The Smoky Bears leading 13-0 as they missed the PAT. That is where we stand. 12 minutes in the books, and second quarter on the way here in Jefferson City. Back in 30 seconds with more as you listen to Farragut Football on West 105 worldwide at WFIV.com.
Whether you're cheering on the home team or building your dream home, David's Abbey Carpet and Floors has you covered. From engineered hardwood to luxury vinyl, elegant porcelain to natural stones, David's has the winning design for every room and the championship team ready to help you score the perfect floor. Locally owned and proud to serve our communities from locations in Farragut, Miracle, and Pigeon Forge. Visit David's Abbey Carpet and Floors in-store or online today, where the Admirals shop for floors.
Second quarter getting underway here in Jefferson City. Carson Newman University, and Farragut will run Noble. Charlie Noble off the left side, and Noble puts his head down, clears the 45, and gets down to the 43-yard line. That'll be a 3-yard gain on first down. 2nd down and 7 for the Admirals. This second quarter beginning with the Admirals trailing Sevier County 13-0. First carry of the ball game for Charlie, who last year was the Admirals' leading ground gainer, as Charlie had 669 yards, a couple of touchdowns, averaged 4.1 per carry in 2024. Corbin in serious trouble, being chased by all sorts of purple jerseys, and it's bumped out of bounds as he's chased to the Sevier County sideline down below, the near sideline, and the Admirals are going to lose the yardage that Noble gave them on first down. Bit of a jailbreak. Sevier County brought some extra pressure, and they were all over Corbin Hobson instantaneously.
He's done a good job avoiding a couple sacks. You'd like to see him throw a couple of those away. Would have saved 5 or 6 yards, and now it's 3rd and 11.
Hobson -7 on 2 carries thus far. -3 on a 4th down scramble, and -4 just now. 3rd down and 11. They set up the screen, and that hit an offensive lineman. So, and then ricochets to the ground. Is that actually, I don't know where the back was, but that hit MJ Keener. And obviously he's ineligible. And so it'll be 4th down for Farragut as the Admirals unable to get anything going here early in the second quarter.
Yeah, Hobson frustrated, thought Collier. He was in the area, but he wasn't where the lineman was, where he threw it. And it's going to force a punt. Hopefully we can get this inside the 10.
3 first downs for Farragut on the possession. And now punt for Ryan McHugh. And McHugh last year, I believe it was his first year handling the punting chores. He did a good job, 38.1 yards per punt. And this one's going to take a nice bounce. Will it stop short of the goal line? Oh, the Admirals can't quite get there. Giving chase was Farragut's Cade McDonald, I believe, but unable to keep it from trickling across the goal line into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, it was very close. Got a good Admiral roll. Just didn't get down there in enough time and hits it about a yard deep in the end zone.
So I believe that was 46.
Yep.
No return. Oh, well, 26 net.
Still seeing for the Admirals, Jack Plumley, Owen Patowski, and Stephen Doubleday on the defensive line, with Paris and Brooker at linebacker.
Smoky Bears handed to Patterson up the middle, and Patterson's able to squirt through a hole, get about 3 yards. Thought he was going down at the line of scrimmage, but picked up some positive yardage on first down for Sevier County. 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, we talk about Patowski a lot. Doubleday did a lot of good things last year as well. Started, played a lot of snaps as the Bears get 3 there on first.
Got Preston Husky and Noah Mendoza splitting out here, joining Maples in a trips formation.
Yeah, trips to the near side, the right side of Sevier County now moving left to right in this second quarter. The handoff to Patterson, and he sidestepped a would-be tackler before Colt Brooker grabbed him, throws him down in the vicinity of the 25. They'll give him forward progress to the 26. That'll be a 3-yard gain and bring up 3rd down. 24 yards rushing now for Patterson on 8 carries, including an 11-yard touchdown that opened the scoring.
Yeah, Brooker not afraid of contact. You saw him come in as a freshman, very aggressive as he is there. Nice tackle by him in the open field. Going to be a big 3rd and 4.5 here. Admirals would love to get off the field.
Brooker really didn't see any action last year until the freshman season ended.
Right.
But then came on in a reserve role and had 13 tackles. He was impressive. This is going to be Newman stepping up and scrambling and sliding down to get the first down at the 32-yard line. That'll be enough. A 6-yard scramble for Cooper Newman and move the chains as first down. Hearthside Bank first down for Sevier County.
The thing I can say most about Newman, he had an unbelievable year last year. He looks very, very comfortable, knows how to move the chains. Look at his check downs.
Fires near side, and Farragut is there to make the tackle. Anderson Glover forcing him back to the inside, the receiver back to the inside. We're waiting is Bailey Pyle to make the tackle.
Yeah, very unique number defensively. Bailey Pyle, number 87, playing a little outside linebacker, strong safety.
Wyatt Maples made the 3-yard reception. 2nd down and 7 from the Sevier County 35-yard line. Ball on the near side hash. The Admirals with 4 up on the line. Play fake, rolling to his left. Is Newman being pressured by Doubleday. Fires back near side to his back. Farragut can't make the tackle initially, and then they trip him up with Connor Paris. And so Paris limits the damage, as able to make the first man miss was Alexis Martinez. And he will move from the 35 ultimately to the 38, a 3-yard gain where it's 3rd down.
Yeah, backup running back, sophomore Martinez just kind of floating. The play was not there as Newman checks it down. Luckily, Parrish keeps it from being a very big play on the other side of the field. It could be 3rd and 4.5.
Connor Paris is just amazing at making tackles in space. He breaks down, doesn't give away, doesn't necessarily shake. He just sits there and makes nice open field tackles. If you're a young linebacker and you want to watch how to make tackles, watch Connor Paris.
Hand off to Martinez, coming near side. Apolategi can't make the tackle. Brooker from behind does, but not until Martinez moves into Farragut territory at the 49-yard line. So a 3rd down conversion on a 13-yard gain off the right side for Alexis Martinez.
Yeah, off right tackle, just got a little conservative, run the football, and he broke a couple tackles, got to the Admiral side of the 50.
And that is a Hearthside Bank first down. Hearthside Bank in Farragut, located on the southeast corner of Concord Road and Kingston Pike. From the 49-yard line of the Admirals, off a play fake. Newman being pressured by Doubleday. Avoided him, now throws deep. Farragut will see the ball dropped, I suppose, or knocked away. One at the goal line, as running stride for stride with Parker Newman of Sevier County was Farragut's Donovan Lloyd. A little bit of hand fighting going on between the two, but no flags, and incomplete at the goal line. Good job by Newman extending the play, getting away from Doubleday's pressure.
Yeah, I really thought Lloyd played that well, really back on his hip pocket there. Nice throw, but nice job by Lloyd in coverage.
Second down, 10 yards to go from the Farragut 49-yard line. Clock stops with the incomplete pass. 7:25 to go in our first half, as this will be Martinez. No, they play faked it to him. Now they drop it off on the right side. And moving down to the 44-yard line in front of the Sevier County bench is Jackson Perry. And so Perry will move for a gain of 5. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 before he's bumped out of bounds.
Yeah, good-looking junior tight end. Jackson Perry, 6'4", 223 pounds. Just a little play action, easy pitch and catch. Palategi makes the tackle, going to force another 3rd down and 6.
I've got Sevier County 2 of 4. They might be 3 of 5. I'm not sure if I missed a 3rd down earlier on this possession. They converted their last one. The previous Hearthside Bank first down, I'm not sure if that was a 3rd down conversion or not. But 7:18 to go in our first half. 3rd down and 5, ball on the Farragut 44-yard line. You feel like if they don't lose yardage, it's 4-down territory for Sevier County. They fire right side and juggling it, but making the catch and getting the first down off the right side is Wyatt Maples. And so they move from the 44 on the quick pass in front of the Sevier County bench down to the 36, we'll say, an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, and Anderson Glover there in for Koreshi Smith. Just runs the hitch route for an easy first down, but almost dropped it, as Eric said, juggled it, but came away with it.
10 Hearthside Bank first downs in this first half now for Sevier County. And the clock rolling as we move under 7 minutes to go until intermission. And the Bears with 2 receivers each side, pistol formation, handed off to Martinez. And up the middle, he will plow to the 34-yard line, a gain of 2. Like Sevier County getting a little bit more on those dives up the middle than they were at the outset.
Staying committed to it as well. They're continuing to run the football at 2-3 yards a clip when need be.
And it's also amazing how they've changed their tempo right now. Like the first drive, they were going 90 miles an hour. Now they're sort of settled down, going 35 and following all traffic.
Newman rolls left, fires, and Farragut is right there to make the tackle with Donovan Lloyd. Gain to the 30-yard line, it would appear. So that's going to be a 4-yard gain on the completion across the way in front of the Farragut bench. Parker Newman makes the catch.
Tell you what, I like what I see out of Lloyd. He was young last year as a freshman, but he's gained 20 pounds, and he looks more athletic, more aggressive. It's good to see him.
And tackling a guy that's 6 inches taller than he is.
Yeah, he was real aggressive on that tackle. I like that.
So another 3rd down for Sevier County, which has converted at least 2 in a row. And
timeout here for the – like the Admirals were confused.
Timeout on the field.
Yeah, I didn't get a signal. There it is.
Farragut using its second timeout of the first half with 5:47 to go until halftime, trailing Sevier County 13-0 as the Smoky Bears have it 3rd down, 4 yards to go from the Admiral 30-yard line with timeout on the field. Let's get a 30-second break. We'll return with more on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School football presented by Precision Door on West 105 worldwide at WFIV.com.
Here at the Mike Dyer Agency, we know insurance coverage options can be overwhelming. That's why we partner with Nationwide to help you find the best protection for you and your family's needs. Give us a call today at 865-966-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at MikeDyerInsuranceAgency.com. And remember, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
The Admiral defense returns to the field with 5:47 to go in our first half. 5:47 to go until our Precision Door halftime show. Appreciate all of our sponsors this year. Precision Door, our presenting sponsor, as well as halftime sponsor. We'll be selecting our Blair House player of the game at the night's end. Pass near side is going to be broken up nicely. Noah Haig on the coverage against the tight end for Sevier County, Jackson Perry. And that ball thrown down in the vicinity of the 15-yard line on the near sideline. So thrown about 15 yards downfield on 3rd and 4 and incomplete.
We've got laundry on the field.
Yeah, we do. It's back there. Noah Hay, good start by him. A nice sack and a pass breakup early in this season.
Looked like they checked with the Farragut sideline.
Holding.
Yep.
Against the offense.
Going to be declined.
4th down. Brett, how many times last year did we hear people around the Farragut program say that Noah Haig was just a kid that you loved having around?
Yeah.
He was the spark plug. He was everything, and he's showing it tonight. He's rushing the quarterback. He's playing the receivers in space, just doing an outstanding job and being a kid that you love watching play on the field.
Yeah.
They'll check Martinez into the ball game for Patterson in the offensive backfield, so he's in at running back. And honestly, here of late, the second man in at running back has had a little more success. They're going to go for it. 1 for 1 on 4th down. That was a touchdown earlier. Back to pass. They screen it over to Martinez, and he puts a move on the Admirals, and Farragut can't make the tackle, and he's going to move down to the 25-yard line, and that will be enough for the first down. The Admirals look like they might have had him dead to rights in the offensive backfield as they set up the quick screen, and the Admirals read it well, but just couldn't keep pace with the cuts of Martinez.
Yeah, I think you had to decline it to force the 4th down, but wow, just to look like a screen that was read well, and he makes a couple cuts inside and somehow gets the first down. Devastating.
So 2 for 2 on 4th downs in this first half, and 11 Hearthside Bank first downs for the Smoky Bears, who will now have the ball generally in the middle of the field at the 25-yard line with 5 minutes to go first half. They give it to Martinez, and Farragut rides him down, as making the tackle was Maddox Kraft. And so it'll be 2nd down and 6, it would appear, for the Smoky Bears.
And we're 20 minutes into this game. The Bears have been on offense most of the first half as they've had some nice long drives. The defense is probably exhausted. It's going to be 2nd and 6.
They've definitely been out there the lion's share of the first half. Admirals 1 first down on their first possession and 3 on their last. This one's going to be thrown over the Farragut secondary for a touchdown. That was beautifully placed from 21 yards out, as making the reception is Jackson Perry. And I thought the Admirals had a shot at an interception, but that ball was just placed perfectly over the leaping Admiral secondary. And the touchdown is good from 25 yards out.
Yeah, the big tight end, little drag route across the field on the left side. Really beautiful, beautiful throw by Newman, and touchdown Bears.
Perry with his 3rd catch, good for the 25-yard touchdown. He's now got 3 for 40, and Newman with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. Here's the extra point attempt. 1 of 2 thus far is Ottolini, and he's good on this one. So it is 20-0. Sevier County leading Farragut with 4:19 to go in our second quarter here at Berktar Stadium on the campus of Carson-Newman University. Back with a kickoff. Our Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff in 30 seconds. They're rushing these, so back in 30 seconds as you listen to Farragut Football on West 105, worldwide at WFIV.com.
LCUB Fiber Internet is the ultimate neighborhood connection. Thousands of LCUB Electric customers already enjoy our lightning-fast, symmetrical gig-speed fiber internet with unlimited data, lag-free streaming and gaming, and enough bandwidth for all your family's devices. Starting at just $69.99 a month, Wi-Fi equipment included. Enjoy fixed pricing, free installation, no contracts, and local customer service.
Yeah.
Check availability at lcub.com and get connected now.
So our Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff on the way as Ottolini handles those duties, and it's down to the 6-yard line where Apolategi for Farragut takes it, moves to the far sideline, and will be upended across the way at the 27-yard line. Good hit on special teams by Sevier County's Caden Clopton, and it'll be Farragut trying to get something on the board here late first half as they trail Sevier County 20-0.
Yeah, and it is 20-0. You feel pretty emotional about it, but you get the ball after half. We talk about the middle 8 all the time with the Maryville Red Rebels, how good they are at that. If you can somehow put a drive together, you get it after half. It could be 2014 before you know it, but you've got to get some first downs.
Farragut from its 28-yard line. Corbin Hobson takes the snap in the gun, throws over the middle looking for Heatherly, and one hopped it into him. 2nd down and 10 upcoming.
Heatherly, a big tight end threat there over the middle, just kind of throwing at his shoes there on first down.
Hobson has completed 3 of 6 by my count for 25 yards. Johnny Jacobs 1 catch for 12. Max Garfield 1 for 5. And Aaron Heatherly 1 for 8. As the Admirals now 2nd down and 10 from the 28-yard line. Handoff will go to Charlie Noble. And Noble, off right guard, pushes the pile out to the 35-yard line, it would appear. Maybe they're going to say 34-yard line. But that's going to be a gain of 6. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, good push by the offensive line in the middle there. Charlie kind of hides under it, is with his short stature, gets 6.
So 3rd down, and the Admirals, let's see, 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Couple of receivers and the H-back to the left. And off a play fake to Noble, they'll give it to Heatherly. He was the H-back, and nice tackle will bring Heatherly down shy of the line to make, as that was Mason Akers on the hit across the way.
Yeah, play action, throw it to the big tight end, 4th and 1. You want any chance to stay in this football game, I think you have to go for it on your own. 37, going to be a big 4th and long 1 yard here.
Freshman Nathan Jacobs checking in the ball game. Maybe see a 2-back set.
Yeah, freshman back.
4th down, 1 yard to go. Admirals with a loaded pistol.
Yeah.
As it'll be Hobson handing off, and the Admirals up the middle got the 1st down yardage nearly out to the 40-yard line, which would be a gain of 3. And that was Jacobs, correct, on the carry?
I believe so, yes, Eric.
Yeah, nice to get biggest play of the game. Get your freshman running back in there, and need a yard. He gets 2. I love it.
So a 4th down conversion and a Hearthside Bank 1st down. Farragut's 5th of the first half. Hearthside Bank located in Farragut on the southeast corner of Concord Road and Kingston Pike. Back to passes Corbin Hobson from the 40. Fires over the middle's got a man.
Gosh.
That's Anderson Clover. Goes up and snares it on a crossing pattern. And he will have it out to the 39-yard line as the Admirals move for their biggest gain of the night, some 21 yards.
Yeah, that impressed me, Eric. That was a skinny post, absolute dime there by Hobson, and what a catch by the sophomore Anderson Glover. Great hands.
Admirals from the Sevier County 39-yard line moving right to left with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Farragut has 1 timeout remaining. Ball on the far side hash. Charlie Noble running right, puts his foot in the ground, gets north and south, and has good yardage on 1st down. 8 yards off the right side, bringing up 2nd down and 2. So Charlie now 3 carries, 17 yards. Carter Collier's carried 6 times for 20 yards. Nathan Jacobs, the 4th down conversion earlier, his 1 carry good for 3.
And Charlie, a little bit fresher. I felt like at times he got tired last year. We leaned on him probably a little too much, but he's got really good vision as he put his foot in the ground there and got 7 or 8.
From the 31-yard line, the Admirals with 2 receivers left, 1 right, back to passes. Hobson's going to step up. He could run from behind. They'll trip him up, but not until Corbin gets the 1st down at the 28. So Corbin is able to scramble forward, and though tripped up, falls forward, a 3-yard gain and a Hearthside Bank 1st down.
Yeah, and it feels like obviously 4 down territory here. There's a minute 10 left. Admirals, I believe, have 1 timeout left, right,
yes.
Eric? That scoreboard definitely incorrect there, but 1st down Admirals on the edge of the red zone.
From the 28-yard line, Hobson fires near side, and that one will glance off the hands of the linebacker that was anticipating that pass. Joey Gallison, 6'4", 197, and Corbin, a little bit of mustard on that pass, and that probably served him well. At relatively close range, Gallison couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, that's a big linebacker, 6'4", 200, read it absolutely perfectly. It was a pick 6, but like you said, Hobson threw it pretty hard, luckily dropped it.
Standing off to Hobson's right, Charlie Noble as he takes the pass. They set up the screen. There's Noble. Puts his foot in the ground, tried to get north and south, and actually slipped, skated, and goes down at the 28-yard line. So that's a gain of maybe half a yard. Actually, we'll say no gain.
Yep, and we're not going to call timeout. We need to pick it up, though. We've got 1 left, 35 seconds left.
3rd down for the Admirals. They have not converted one thus far. From the 28-yard line, it's 3rd down and 10, pistol formation. Hobson back to pass, being pressured, fires near side, right to the 20-yard line. The ball is caught, and that's going to be shy of the 1st by about 1.5 yards. That'll bring up 4th down. 17.7 seconds to go, and they got the timeout call.
And Coach Courtney's asking for some more time. I think we need another 4 or 5 seconds there.
we'll say an 8-yard completion to Garfield.
Out of timeouts here, Eric.
Timeout.
4th and 2.
Very good.
18 seconds left if they don't change it.
Half.
So you got to be quick if you're, if you get the first down, you got to be moving quickly. They're going to move it up to 20 seconds, even left in the half. No timeouts for the Ads.
Sevier County leading 20-0 as the Smoky Bears capitalizing on a Farragut miscue early in this ball game, a muff punt after the defense had seemingly gotten off the field. And Sevier County, with a second opportunity, took full advantage, scoring a couple of plays later on an 11-yard touchdown run off the left side by Nathan Patterson. Second possession of the ball game, Sevier County took over in Farragut territory at the 48 after the Admirals went over on downs, lost 3 yards on a scramble on 4th down. And the Smoky Bears moved for 3 first downs, scored on a 4th down pass, 7-yard touchdown from Parker Newman to Bryson Hedrick. And the last touchdown was on 4th down as well. It covered 25 yards, perfectly placed over what appeared to be a pretty well-positioned Farragut secondary, but found Jackson Perry for that touchdown. They've hit 2 of their 3 extra points. So here's Farragut as they'll throw over the middle. That ball is tipped up into the air and will fall harmlessly to the turf near the goal line. Now 15.6 seconds to go. And that will go over on downs to the Smoky Bears at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that one also had a lot of mustard on it to Heatherly in double coverage and got deflected and really had no opportunity. The Smoky Bears are going to take over and probably knee it and take it to the house at half.
So 3 first downs on a couple of possessions here in the second quarter for the Admirals, but unable to pick up the necessary 4th first down on both occasions, and they will indeed take a knee, and Farragut out of timeouts and wouldn't stop it anyhow. So Sevier County 1 snap, and they take it to the locker room at intermission, leading Farragut 20-0. 20-0 our score. And we've got our Precision Door halftime show on the way. We'll get a look at the drive chart, first half stats, and the few scores of interest on this Saturday. Of course, there were a number of scores of interest from yesterday as well as Thursday, which we can recap as well. So that's all coming up as part of our Precision Door halftime report. We'll get a 3-minute break for our sponsors again after telling you at the break it's Sevier County leading Farragut here at Carson Newman 20-0. Back in 3 minutes with more as you listen to Farragut football on West 105 worldwide at WFIV.com.
Fantastic customer service, a knowledgeable team, expert craftsmen, and so many 5-star reviews. Hi, I'm Rick Terry with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. My family and I have been serving West Knoxville and Farragut for well over 30 years. If you've never checked us out, please do. Better yet, come see us for yourself. On the corner of Kingston Pike and Campbell Station Road, look for the topiary of the Big Diamond Ring. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, we want to be your jeweler. A proud sponsor of Farragut football.
Whether you're managing a household or running a business, Citizens Bank has a checking account built for how you bank. Choose from personal and business options with digital tools like mobile deposit, bill pay, and merchant services. Plus, support from a local team in Knoxville and Lenoir City that understands your goals. Learn more at citizensbank24.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Matthew Bryan. Trust my local insurance team and me at Bryan Insurance Group for all your insurance needs. Personal or business insurance, our team will find the most affordable rates and coverage you need. Call us at 865-983-8114 or find us online at bryaninsurance.com.
The Shrimp Dock, Knoxville's premier fresh seafood market, offers fresh seafood entrees at all 3 of its area locations. Po' boys, crab cake plates, fish tacos, shrimp, salmon, and more. Choose an entree, choose a side and a beverage, dine in or carry it out. You won't regret making the Shrimp Dock your choice for a seafood meal. 3 locations to serve you. Farragut, Bearden, and Alcoa. All locations open at 10 a.m. Monday through Saturday and at 11 a.m. on Sundays. Like us on Facebook for the Fish of the Week and other weekly specials. The Shrimp Dock, Knoxville's premier fresh seafood market.
Hi, this is John Blair from Blair House. This time of year is filled with birthdays and anniversaries that call for gifting that is both personal and unique. At Blair House, we offer a wide variety of jewelry, chandeliers, and other unique and hard-to-find gifts for when the gift must be perfect. Blair House, your time-tested connection to the treasures of the past. Blair House, 210 North Forest Park Boulevard in Bearden.
Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Blair House Antiques, Knoxville.
You never think about your garage door until there's a little... Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Or even the occasional...
Now that can be good.
That's why the pros at Precision Garage Door Service are available same day with fully stocked trucks to fix it fast. So we can turn uh-oh into...
Oh my, wow.
Precision Garage Door Service, the name you can trust.
WFIV 105.3 FM, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City.
You're listening to West 105.
Welcome into our Precision Door halftime show from Carson-Newman University, Bergtar Stadium. Beautiful night for high school football so far. The weather has cooperated. The temperatures for this time of the year, really, you couldn't ask for better. Of course, last night there were torrential rains in many places across East Tennessee. Some games were postponed, and then others that they originally thought they were going to finish today, they opted, I guess, for allowing the TSSAA to either decide whether enough of the game had been played at that stage that you could decide a winner, or otherwise just call it a no contest. But it was a mess a lot of places last night. So far so good this evening. However, it has been all Sevier County as the Smoky Bears won the opening coin toss and elected to receive. And they moved for 3 first downs. Then the Admirals got a stop and forced the punt. Mason Apolategi for the Admirals, waiting inside the 20 to field that punt at about the 11. Couldn't handle it cleanly. The ball popped loose, and right there on the spot was Noah Mendoza for Sevier County with the muff recovery and the first turnover of the ball game. Big one early in this ball game, giving Sevier County the ball back after seemingly Farragut had them stopped, gave them back the ball at the 11, and a couple of plays later, scooting into the left front corner of the end zone was Nathan Patterson. Patterson with the 11-yard touchdown run. The extra point barely cleared the crossbar by Aiden Ottolini of Sevier County. And so the Smoky Bears leading 7-0 with 7:42 to go in our first quarter. The Admirals moved the ball out to midfield after a pretty nice kickoff return by Mason Apolategi to the 31. They got it to midfield, but they were facing 4th down and short, and it looked like quarterback and receiver weren't on the same page as they were going to go with a hitch off the right side. I think they checked out of the original play. And again, just quarterback receiver. When Corbin Hobson looked to his receiver, the receiver wasn't where he was expecting or wasn't looking for the ball, and so Corbin had to pull it down, tried to run to the near sideline, and was actually bumped out of bounds for about a 3-yard loss. So Farragut went over on downs, giving Sevier County the ball at the Admiral 48-yard line. The Smoky Bears moved for 3 first downs, and facing 4th down and 6, they set up a little backside play. Rolling to his left was Parker Newman, throwing back right to Bryson Hedrick, and Hedrick took it in from 7 yards out, not only for the 4th down conversion, Hearthside Bank first down, but also the second touchdown of the first quarter for Sevier County. 3:12 remaining in the first quarter. The PAT was missed, and the Smoky Bears leading Farragut at that stage 13-0. Farragut got the ball out to the 24-yard line on the Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff return by Mason Apolategi. 3 first downs for Farragut on the possession, but ultimately Ryan McHugh is called upon to punt, and a very nice punt by McHugh, 46 yards, and the Admirals came within a whisker of keeping it on the field of play and having Sevier County backed up against their own goal line. But unfortunately, the ball just did trickle across the goal line, and so it came out to the 20. Just a net of 26, but McHugh flirted with an absolutely perfect punt. And I should add as well that Farragut got a good snap on that from Coleman Parrish, freshman long snapper, forced into action because of a broken hand on upperclassman that was, of course, scheduled to handle the long snapping chores. But a good long snap there from the freshman, Coleman Parrish. And again, McHugh, nearly a picture-perfect punt. But Sevier County got the ball out to the 20 following the touchback, and second straight possession where they're facing 4th down and in Farragut territory, going for it, and this time a ball that was just floated perfectly over the Farragut secondary to the tight end Jackson Perry for a 25-yard scoring strike. So Newman, with his second touchdown pass of the first half, having hit Hedrick earlier on the 7-yard 4th down pass. This one covers 25 to Jackson Perry. The extra point was good this time by Ottolini, and Sevier County led 20-0 with 4:19 to go in the second quarter. The Admirals on their final possession of the second half moved for 3 first downs, but ultimately on 4th down, an incomplete pass. Sevier County takes over and takes one knee to take it to the locker room. In control of this one, up 20-0 at intermission. Let's get a 2-minute break, and we'll return with more of our Precision Door halftime show on the other side. Coming up, we'll get a look at both the team and individual stats. You're listening to Farragut Football, presented by Precision Door on West 105 and around the world at WFIV.com.
This is Derek Miser with Miser Wealth Partners. Are you still funding your 401k today? If so, you need to consider this. With our federal debt soaring past $35 trillion and the interest rate related to that debt now representing 1/6 of our federal budget, your retirement savings might not be as secure as you think. Don't leave your future to chance. Discover a wiser tax-free alternative today. Isn't it time you experience the Miser difference? Call Miser Wealth Partners today at 865-281-1616.
Boys, this is going to be a tough team to beat tonight. We have to stop their running game. You got to block them and stop them. Kind of like my Michelin Cross Climate 2 tires. I can stop in the rain, stop in the heat, stop in all kinds of weather. Just stop by Fisher Tire, and they'll fix you right up with the right tire for your car and budget. Fisher Tire is on Kingston Pike in Bearden, or west near the Pellissippi and north on Broadway. Now get out there and stop them.
This is Leanne for Valley Plumbing. We are a local family-owned plumbing company specializing in water heater repair and replacement, clogged drains, broken pipes, and most importantly, taking care of you, the customer. We service all of West Knoxville, Loudoun, Blount, and Anderson counties. We offer same-day service, and we want to be your first and your last call. Call us at 213-3360, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or visit valleyplumbingtn.com.
You never think about your garage door until there's a little...
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Or even the occasional...
Now that can be good.
That's why the pros at Precision Garage Door Service are available same day with fully stocked trucks to fix it fast. So we can turn into...
Oh my, wow.
Precision Garage Door Service, a name you can trust.
Back here at Carson-Newman University with our Precision Door halftime show. Precision Garage Door Service, a name you can trust, as the Admirals trailing Sevier County at the break 20-0, and 13 first quarter points for the Smoky Bears. They added another touchdown in the second quarter for the 20-0 halftime lead. One turnover in the first half, a huge one early in this ball game as the Admirals muffed a punt after getting a stop on Sevier County's initial possession of the night. Smoky Bears with the second opportunity, which they cashed in short order to take the early 7-0 lead. So that's the lone turnover, the muff, which was recovered by the Smoky Bears' Noah Mendoza. Meanwhile, Farragut with 7 Hearthside Bank first downs. The Smoky Bears with 11. On third down, Farragut's 0 of 4. Sevier County's 3 of 6. On fourth down, Farragut 1 of 3. Sevier County 2 of 2. And both of those fourth down conversions have gone for touchdowns. Those were pass completions from Cooper Newman initially to Bryson Hedrick, covering 7 yards, and then a 25-yard fourth down touchdown pass to Jackson Perry. No penalties in the first half. So Sevier County was flagged for holding, but the Admirals on third down, they had gotten an incomplete pass. They opted to take the result of the play rather than the penalty, and I guess it was the very next play where the Smoky Bears hit the 25-yard touchdown. But you understand Farragut's strategy there, minimize the chances they've got with a very accomplished quarterback. Give him as few opportunities as possible regardless of how much yardage he's got to cover. But Sevier County, again, was able to convert after, I guess, the only flag that was thrown in the first half was declined. Taking a look at the individual stats for Farragut, Corbin Hobson, 3 carries, -4 yards. Nathan Jacobs came in a fourth down situation. The Admirals' fourth down in a short 2, I suppose, and it was Jacobs getting the first down, the freshman, with a 3-yard run between the tackles. Charlie Noble, 3 carries, 17 yards. Carter Collier, 6 carries for 20 yards. So 13 rushing attempts for Farragut in the first half, good for 36 yards. Through the air, Corbin Hobson has completed 7 passes. 7 of 12 is Hobson in the first half for 57 yards. So Farragut 36 on the ground, 57 through the air, and that's 93 total yards for Farragut in our first half of play. The receptions, by the way, for Farragut, Johnny Jacobs had 1 for 12, Max Garfield 2 for 13, Aaron Heatherly 2 for 11, Anderson Glover 1 for 21. Charlie Noble caught a little screen pass, but it gained nothing. Taking a look at Sevier County's side of the stat sheet, Cooper Newman, a couple of carries, 5 yards. Nathan Patterson with the lone touchdown on the ground thus far for Sevier County, as he's carried 8 times for 24 yards. Alexis Martinez, 4 carries for 19 yards, and then the team on the final play of the first half, a 4-yard loss as they took a knee to take it to the locker room. So 15 rushing attempts, 44 yards, and a rushing touchdown for the Smoky Bears in the first 24 minutes. Through the air, Cooper Newman completes 15 of 20, 2 touchdowns, 130 yards. Bryson Hedrick had one of those touchdowns, one of his 2 catches for 19 yards. Parker Newman, 3 catches for 32 yards. Jackson Perry had the other touchdown reception, good for 25 yards. All told, Perry 3 catches, 40 yards. It was Zach Banks with a couple of receptions, good for 12 yards. Wyatt Maples, 3 receptions for 19 yards. And Alexis Martinez, 2 catches, good for 8 yards. So 44 yards on the ground for Sevier County, 130 through the air, 174 yards in the first half, again compared to 93 for the Admirals, as the Smoky Bears lead it on the scoreboard 20-0. Farragut set to get the ball to begin our third quarter. We'll get another 2-minute break here, return with more of the Precision Door halftime show on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School football on West 105, around the world at WFIV.com, as well as our stadium cast here in and around Burt Tarr Stadium on FM 91.3.
Looking for a mortgage that fits your needs? At Hearthside Bank, we offer a variety of mortgage solutions to help you get into your dream home. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or refinancing, our team is here to guide you every step of the way. With competitive rates, personalized service, and flexible terms, we have the right mortgage for you. Visit us today and let's make your homeownership dreams a reality. Hearthside Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whether you're cheering on the home team or building your dream home, David's Abbey Carpet and Floors has you covered. From engineered hardwood to luxury vinyl, elegant porcelain to natural stone, David's has the winning design for every room and a championship team ready to help you score the perfect floor. Locally owned and proud to serve our communities from locations in Farragut, Maryville, and Pigeon Forge. Visit David's Abbey Carpet and Floors in-store or online today, where the Admirals shop for floors.
Here at the Mike Dyer Agency, we know insurance coverage options can be overwhelming. That's why we partner with Nationwide to help you find the best protection for you and your family's needs. Give us a call today at 865-966-2111 to learn more, or visit our website at MikeDyerInsuranceAgency.com. And remember, Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio.
Fantastic customer service, a knowledgeable team, expert craftsmen, and so many 5-star reviews. Hi, I'm Rick Terry with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. My family and I have been serving West Knoxville and Farragut for well over 30 years. If you've never checked us out, please do. Better yet, come see us for yourself. On the corner of Kingston Pike and Campbell Station Road, look for the topiary of the Big Diamond Ring. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, we want to be your jeweler. A proud sponsor of Farragut football.
Welcome back into our Precision Door halftime show from Berktar Stadium on the campus of Carson Newman University here in Jefferson City, where the Smoky Bears lead the Farragut Admirals in this season opener 20-0. It's been 3 consecutive days of season openers. Few games were played on Thursday night, including a couple of Region 2 6A teams, the same region that Farragut is a member of. And last night as well, of course, a lot of games that were delayed but still were finished, a few that were supposed to be finished today, and kind of a mixed bag on whether or not that actually occurred or not. I think a couple were finished and a couple they just kind of decided, as I mentioned earlier, for the TSSAA to make the decision on whether it would count as an official game or not. But a few as well here around East Tennessee, in addition to our matchup between Farragut and Sevier County. And so all that having been said, I'm going to throw it over to Tyler Carr and let him get you up to speed on what's happening not only this evening, but also over the last couple of days. And I need to unmute him on the board.
Some people wish you would mute me more.
No.
Here we go. For a game that started yesterday and was suspended at the half, Hardin Valley Academy was leading Carnes 38-12. Tonight they finished the job and defeat the Beavers 45-25. Bearden and West were scheduled to kick off at 7 o'clock, but due to weather, that kickoff has been pushed back to at least 8 p.m.
Wow.
Not heard an official stance for that yet. The Alcoa Tornadoes defeated Maryville for the second year in a row, 28-21 last night. McMinn County knocks off Region 2 6A foe Bradley Central 21-17. Walker Valley knocked off Region 2 6A foe Cleveland 28-3 on Thursday night. Oak Ridge defeated Halls 28-13. Anderson County traveled to Powell last night, and the game was suspended due to weather. And there is some involvement from the TSSAA to see what the conclusion of that game is going to be, as it has been suspended, and they're determining if they're going to call it a no game or a forfeit. We're still waiting to hear the results of that. Harriman and Kingston did not get to play last night after the game was suspended. Neither team is going to make that up. Right now, Clinton hosts Heritage. They had a lightning delay, but right now Heritage is up 7-0 on the Dragons as Jake Dawson makes his debut as the head coach there. Fulton travels to Macon County, and right now it looks like they are tied at 0 each, 0-0 in the first quarter there. Gatlinburg-Pittman defeated Seymour 44-7. Jefferson County knocked off Cocke County 41-0. Tennessee High went to Westridge and fell 30-13. Morristown East defeated South Green 26-22. Elizabethan falls to Science Hill 27-20 in a game that was very entertaining to watch last night. Dobbins Bennett traveled to Knoxville and defeated the Bobcats of Central 26-20. Greenville beats Morristown West 35-0. Carter 57, Northview Academy 19. Cherokee defeated Pigeon Forge 34-13. Gordonsville knocks off Coalfield 21-18. Other scores from last night and Thursday include Oliver Springs last night defeating Eagleton Academy in Sevier County, in Blount County 38-20. Meigs County defeated Chattanooga Prep 6-0. Midway hosted Cloudland and won 28-14. Oakdale knocks off Pickett County 39-0. Oneida beats Rockwood 17-14. McMinn Central 22, Polk County 12. Austin East falls to South Doyle 52-30. Sweetwater defeated Sequoia 65-7. Tellico Plains 30, Greenback 0. Gibbs 49, Union County 0. Sell Creek defeats Wartburg 28-14. William Blount shuts out Loudon 49-0. Lenoir City beats Campbell County 43-7. Red Bank falls to Ray County 10-7. Siegel knocked off Cookeville 15-12. Upperman defeats Webb 29-7. Those two games are of particular interest because we will travel to both Cookeville and Upperman later this year. And the last scores update that I got today is CAK defeats Concord 24-7 in the latest update that I've found for games being completed today on Saturday.
Awesome. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate that. And we're just about set to get the second half underway. That being the case with the Smoky Bears leading Farragut 20-0. The Admirals set to receive the opening kickoff to begin the second half. Let's get a quick 30-second break here. We'll return with our Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff to begin the third quarter. On the other side, as you listen to Farragut High School football on West 105, around the world, WFIB.com, and here in and around Berktar Stadium on our Stadium Cast frequency of FM 91.3.
If you're an LCUB Electric customer, it's time to upgrade. Experience True Fiber to the home, the fastest internet available. Get affordable fixed pricing, free installation, no contracts, and local customer service. It's not too good to be true. LCUB is connecting new neighborhoods every month with gig speed fiber internet starting at $69.99 a month, Wi-Fi included. Check your availability now at lcub.com.
The Admirals ready to go. They've taken the field as they will be receiving the opening kickoff to begin the second half. That kickoff brought to you by Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, longtime sponsor of the Admirals, regardless of the sports season. And appreciate all of our 2025 sponsors. We've got a bunch of old standbys, folks that have been a part of our broadcast for years and years, and then have added some new sponsors as well this year. And a big thank you to all involved, and ask you to frequent those places of business. Let them know that you appreciate their support of Farragut High Athletics. Pooch kick to begin the second half comes to the near sideline. Farragut picks it up and is tripped up on the near sideline, but the Admirals covered up with Haig. Brenton Haig, 29 on your Farragut roster, sophomore. Alert play, and the Admirals will start at the 38-yard line.
Assume that's Noah's younger brother.
I would think.
And that was a pretty good pooch, actually. That was a nice play by him. It could have been a little bit of disaster, but he picked it up, did a good job getting upfield. Going to be starting with good field position on the 38 with a much-needed drive here for the Ads.
If you score here, you feel like, okay, you're giving yourself a chance. But the Admirals can't afford a quick 3 and out, as the Admirals will give it to the freshman running off the left side. Nathan Jacobs gets his second carry of the ball game. Jacobs in the first half netted a first down on a fourth down run, and to begin the second half, Jacobs off the left side will pick up some 5 yards.
Yep, Robbie obviously had a great senior year last year. Good to have his two younger brothers, freshman and junior running back and receiver respectively in the game.
Pistol formation. Jacobs continues to be the tailback behind Corbin Hobson. Play fake. They throw short. Anderson Glover makes the catch, but is immediately whipped down as all over him. I believe that's going to be 13 for Sevier County. Yes, Wyatt Maples on the tackle, I should say. But it's enough to move the chains as they'll move it to the 48-yard line.
Absolutely. Another great eyeball by the far line judge there. First down for the Ads on a quick hitch on a little RPO.
Another Hearthside first down for the Admirals.
Thank you, Tyler. It's the first game. I guarantee you I've overlooked that more than once. 5-yard gain, and now the Glover again, and this time he's going to be popped. That was another good read on the hit by, well, it's 13 on 13, right? It's Wyatt Maples on the tackle of Farragut's Anderson Glover.
Yep, that was 13 on 13 crime. Wyatt Maples, the senior, levels him and then kindly picks him up. Says, "You all right, bud?" So that was thoughtful.
So Glover a moment ago with a 5-yard reception, good for the Hearthside Bank first down. Farragut's 8th of the ball game, but then is greeted rudely on a first down pass that will lose a couple of yards, we'll say.
Man, I'm loving watching 14 run the ball.
Got to too.
Jacobs coming left side to the 40, to the 35, and he's, well, I thought he might have stayed in bounds, but the official trailing on the play said no. He stepped out at the 35-yard line, but that's all right. That will move the ball, from the 48 to the 35, so that's going to be a 17-yard gain for Jacobs off the left side, and another Hearthside Bank first down.
Yeah, my program does. I can't really tell how much he weighs on this program here, but really nice run there. He's 5'11", really hit the whole yard, really athletic.
Says 180 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it there? But maybe.
Pistol formation. Handed to him, coming off the left edge for Sevier County. Farragut's right side unblocked. And making the tackle in the backfield will be Parker Newman, the outside linebacker / wide receiver for Sevier County. And it'll be a loss of 1 for Jacobs on first down.
Yeah, Newman, outside linebacker, timed that blitz perfectly and met Jacobs in the hole. 2nd and 11 for the Ads as you feel 4-down territory here on this drive.
Farragut's moving right to left in this third quarter. So they're in Sevier County territory with the ball on the near side hash. 2 receivers left, as well as Heatherly, the tight end, receiver to the right. They'll run Jacobs to the left and made a nice cut and gets to the 34-yard line, a gain of 2 to bring up 3rd down and 8. There was some traffic in the offensive backfield. Jacobs with a nice quick cut, gains 2, 3rd down and 8.
I will say that whether it's Jacobs, whether it's been Charlie, or even Carter Collier, these running backs look to have a little bit more spark, a little bit more explosion out of their stance this year. They look like they've hit the gym hard.
Farragut has yet to convert a 3rd down. 29-yard line. Yeah, I think they've got a nice mix, and you could say this about the entire team, a nice mix of veterans and youth. Back to pass, but certainly that's the case at the running back position. Firing to the near side, making the catch is Garfield at the 26, but that's not going to be enough. They needed the 25, so Garfield out of bounds a yard shy.
Yeah, you got to get about a quarter yard close to the first down for them to eyeball and call it a first down, but this one's just not enough. It looks like it's 4th and 3/4 of a yard as the Admirals have got to do it. Jacobs was in on that earlier 4th down on his first carry and picked up 2, and he's back in here again on 4th.
Some 8 yards deep in the offensive backfield. They hand it to him, and between the tackles, he's got the first down and even moves the pile down to the 21-yard line. And so from the 27, I suppose, down to the 21, a 6-yard gain and a 4th down conversion, a Hearthside Bank first down.
Yeah, early on, I don't ever play favorites, but I do like what I see out of Nathan Jacobs. Yeah. Really some patience, vision, and physicality with some good athleticism. He's a little bit, doesn't run like a freshman.
The Admirals are on the cusp of the red zone.
Yep,
as Heatherly, H-back
again
off the left side. And
oh my gosh.
That was Newman coming off the left edge, and with the forearm extension, nailed the freshman running back Jacobs as he came through. Looked like he hit him high. That's what do you think, Tyler?
As a coach, I'm telling him to take that shot in the hip. You don't deliver that blow up top. You want to get down on the hip right there. But that one's one of those that the refs are looking for.
So 2nd down and 13 at the 24-yard line after a 3-yard loss on a great play from Parker Newman as Hobson dancing in the pocket, fires left side, but out of bounds is Garfield as he makes the catch, but was clearly out of bounds down below on the near sideline, the Sevier County sideline. And so it's going to be 3rd down and long now for the Admirals.
Yeah, Parker Newman has timed up a couple snaps and absolutely destroyed Jacobs on a couple runs on this drive. We've got to time up those snaps a little bit better, but it's 3rd and 13, and you really need 7, so need to get at least half of this back here.
Farragut 0 of 5 on 3rd down. Hobson fires, looking for Heatherly off his hands. He's kind of running the seam and looked like perhaps he had gotten a step beyond Joey Gallazin, but the ball off of Heatherly's hands.
They're going to kick it.
Going to try to get some points. Here's Ryan McHugh, who did not miss last year. McHugh was 7 of 7, a long of 41. He was perfect on his PATs.
Yeah, great kicker. 41-yard field goal. Absolutely, he's capable.
So 41-yard attempt. And again, you've got a freshman, Coleman Parrish, the long snapper for the Admirals. Noah Haig, the senior, is the holder. Snap comes back. Hold is down. McHugh's kick is blocked. It is blocked, and Sevier County was able to block, I think, 3 field goals a year ago, and they block one here on opening night in 2025. I think getting it might have been Parker Newman, but with that length, it certainly wouldn't surprise me if it was Newman. We got a cramp for a Smoky Bear, but it's blocked, and the Admirals continue to be held off the scoreboard as the 41-yard try never cleared the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and as you said, you talk about a really good kicker. Haig is a really good holder as well. And we talked about it. It's a new snapper, and that was a low snap, and it didn't get down quite in time. Haig did a really good job, actually, to get it off the ground, but probably the timing had something to do with that lower kick.
First cramp we've seen tonight, which we've got a little bit milder temperatures tonight than we've seen the past couple weeks.
This summer. It's been a hot summer.
It has been.
So I'm thinking that was Parker Newman, all 6'5", who made a couple of huge defensive plays from his outside backer position on the Farragut possession with the block as well.
Parker Newman sort of took over that drive defensively for the Bears a couple times, a couple plays.
Farragut, it's been a recurring, it's been a pattern. 3 first downs on the possession. That's 3 possessions in a row where the Admirals have moved for 3 first downs, but can get no more. And so a quick pass for Sevier County out on the right side will go to Bryson Hedrick, and Hedrick dances forward from the 37-yard line down the near sideline to midfield. Move the chains. They'll put it at, I guess, the 49, and so that's going to be a 14-yard gain and a Hearthside Bank first down.
Yeah, quick screen. Hedrick did what he could with it, and he really got the edge. As the rain starts to fall, ponchos and rain jackets get put on.
Third catch of the night for Hedrick. They'll throw it down the line near side. Farragut misses the initial tackle, but then Petoskey is there to wrap up the receiver, who in that instance was Wyatt Maples, and Maples moves from the 49 to the 45, setting up 2nd down and 6. Maples with his 4th catch of the night. From the 45-yard line of Farragut, 2nd down, 6 yards to go, clock rolling, 6:45 to go, 3rd quarter. And off the left side for Sevier County will be Nathan Patterson, and he's going to have first down yardage as he moves from the 45 down to the 35. A 10-yard gain, one of the better-looking runs for Patterson outside of that 11-yard touchdown in the first half this evening. But move the chains for another Hearthside Bank first down.
Yeah, we haven't seen him in a while. Hadn't had a carry since the first quarter, it feels like. And a nice run there by him. Good physical finish.
So Sevier County taking over at the 37 after the blocked field goal has now moved to the Farragut 35. They'll give it to Patterson again, and he's outside the 30. There's a flag thrown in as he scoots out of bounds down at the 21-yard line. Connor Paris with the final shove, but we've got 2 flags and maybe our first accepted penalty of the night.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Anderson Glover was held, but there has not been a lot of flags called tonight. We have seen so many flag fests through the years.
Yeah.
Through the many years. I don't know if to say they've done a good job, but I'm pretty happy with the
I think
limited flags.
They all wanted to throw it right there because they haven't got the chance to throw it tonight. They all wanted to throw that one out there.
Well, we like to kid about the eyeball test and all of that, but you give credit where credit is due. And I mean, I guess, some credit to the teams too, because also oftentimes these opening games are flag fests, and that's not necessarily on the official, right? I mean, they're just calling what's happening on the field, but very little laundry on the field tonight. So it's first down and 10 yards to go as Patterson running left. So that hold took place basically 9 yards downfield. So a 9-yard gain for Patterson a moment ago penalized the team 10, the first step off of the night. And now Patterson will move from the 41-yard line, the 36-yard line down to the 32 on a 4-yard gain.
Yep, going to be 2nd and 7 here for the Bears as they're on the edge of the red zone.
Martinez back in the game at running back.
They like to play 3 backs as well, for sure.
Martinez, 5'8", 164, a sophomore, and Patterson's a sophomore as well. A lot of young running backs for both these teams. Now Newman firing right side, and nobody home in that instance. Threw it kind of between a couple of different receivers at different levels, and incomplete will bring up 3rd down.
And that's rare. He has not made many mistakes at all there. I don't even know if I'd call it a mistake, but maybe thrown a little bit on the outside. Going to force a 3rd down there for the Smoky Bears.
17 of 23 on the night. 2 touchdowns, 148 yards. Sevier County, 3 of 6 on 3rd downs. They've got 3rd down and about 7 to go from the 32-yard line. Rolls to his left, does Newman, sets his feet and throws high. Kind of a tough pass across his body, trying to get it to Parker Newman. And incomplete on the far sideline, Farragut side of the field. And the Admirals' Owen Petoskey down briefly, helped up by Connor Paris. Here's 4th down.
Yeah, Petoskey slow to get up. Harris just kind of threw him in the air and said, "You're fine. Get up." I'm not really worried about it. And he looks fine now. It's 4th and 7. Like I said, they have not been really interested in punting the whole game, so probably won't here. Would like a stop to get a stop. Maybe you're still in it.
Yeah, the one punt was muffed. And from the 32-yard line, ball on the far side hash, it'll be 4th down for the Smoky Bears as Newman comes out right, fires back left, and that'll be incomplete as he tried to get it to Martinez. Farragut had stayed home well. They had a man in the neighborhood, Maddox Kraft, that you'd like to think could have made the stop, and now we've got a Sevier County player over on the Farragut sideline that
they were exchanging Twitter handles.
Yeah, I think he rode a Farragut defender about 10 yards downfield out of bounds. I just saw another Farragut player respond to what was going on the sideline, but fortunately nothing. Cooler heads prevailed. Nothing comes of it. And Farragut will take over on downs. As for the first time tonight, Sevier County can't pick up a 4th down. So the Admirals will start from their 32-yard line, trailing 20-0 with 5:18 to go in the 3rd quarter. Give it to Charlie Noble, and Noble will move to the 35-yard line where he's swallowed up after a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, they really feel comfortable, as you said earlier, with all 3 backs, and that should keep them fresh throughout the year. Obviously, injuries could cause into effect there, but I think they feel good about all 3 of them.
Still seeing the same offensive line from earlier with Perez, Hoffer at left guard, left tackle, Keener and Bassett on the right side, and Zooks at the center position.
Some rain hitting the windows here at the press box at Burt Tari. Hard to tell, though, just exactly how hard it's raining. Hobson's going to throw down the far sideline or down the seam far side of the field, and it goes incomplete. He was trying to get it to the Admirals' Johnny Jacobs, but just thrown a step or so beyond the streaking Jacobs. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 7.
Eric, it looks like the rain is starting to settle in there. If you look at your screen, it looks like it is now starting to settle in a little bit for us. So it looks like it may be here for the rest of the evening.
Feels good right here. Feels good in here, but a little bit overthrown there. We needed a little bit more air there on the go.
3rd down. Hobson going to fire it deep again, looking for Garfield. Can't get there. Garfield had a step as he broke to the inside against the coverage of Wyatt Maples, but incomplete. And it'll be 4th down. The Admirals will bring on the punting unit.
Yep, quick drive there kind of ruins all hope. Hot and high on a couple of those passes. Going to force another Admiral punt.
So a 3 and out for Farragut as the Admirals are now 0 for 7 on third down tonight. So this will be the second punt for McHugh.
Hedrick standing back on the 31-yard line for the Bears.
Good snap. Kicks away. They pressured him, but McHugh got it out of there, and it will take a right turn, kick out of bounds across the way into the Farragut bench around the 31-yard line. So from the 35 to the 31.
29, Eric.
29?
29,
You're
yep.
going to put it at 29, all right. 21 yards and, 36. No return.
Help you set the defense for the Admirals. You've got Plumlee, Patowski, and Doubleday on the defensive line. Paris and Brooker are your inside linebackers. I believe we have Noah Haig, and I'm trying to see the other outside linebacker.
87. Should be Pyle.
Pyle.
Yep.
And then you've got Lloyd, Smith, and Glover, I believe, at corners. And I'll set the rest of it here in just a second.
Get out there. Oh,
Patterson is the running back. They throw it down the line. That ball was in the air a while to Wyatt Maples, so they threw it to the wide side of the field, the near side, and the Admirals wrap him up and throw him down after about a 2-yard gain, we'll say, maybe 3.
Lloyd is very quick twitch, and he reacts very quickly. He kind of goes, I kind of have a chance at this ball, and then got held up at the last second, but he may have had a chance at the deflection there. But like I said, I like his athleticism and quick twitch early.
From the 32-yard line, after a 3-yard completion to Wyatt Maples, his 5th catch of the night, good for 26 yards. They'll hand it off to Patterson, and Farragut's going to hit him with Connor Paris, and they keep coming in waves as the Admirals with Harrison Smith finishing things off, coming from his safety position. So Patterson battling, trying to fight through tackles, but is buried by a wave of Admirals, and it'll be third down.
I'm usually complimentary of the refs, but I'm especially impressed tonight. Their restraint has been remarkable. But I did think Patowski was held on that one as he had a nice inside move. But the Navy was there, 3rd and 7. They're going to slow it down up 20-0 in the rain, as you would expect game one with 15 minutes to go.
Sevier County 3 of 7 on third down. Bunch formation off the right side as they move left to right. Ball between the hash marks. 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Newman takes the snap, fires over the middle, and it's going to be complete for first down yardage at the 43-yard line. So that's going to be an 11-yard gain as Wyatt Maples makes the catch the right hash mark.
The Admirals in a light zone there and no pressure. And Newman had all day, just kind of found the man in the zone. Easy pitch and catch for the first down for the Smoky Bears.
It's the 14th Hearthside Bank first down of the night for Sevier County, the 3rd since halftime. Hearthside Bank in Farragut, located on the southeast corner of Concord Road and Kingston Pike. 2 receivers left, as well as an H-back. Receiver right for Sevier County. Patterson's the running back. He takes the handoff, and it'll be Connor Paris riding him down after a gain of 3 yards. 2nd down and 7 from the 46-yard line. And again, we've got
tempers are starting to brew a little bit on both sides.
Yep.
Yeah, there's been some extracurriculars, and that's one of those things about these referees, too. They haven't thrown one flag.
I think they've let things get a little too far. And sometimes as a ref, you want the boys to play, but sometimes you've got to throw a flag just to let them know who's in control.
So we mentioned a moment ago that Patowski appeared to be held, and I think Owen was trying to extract some revenge on the tail end of the subsequent play.
Looks like there's going to be a timeout.
1:35 to go in the 3rd, and timeout on the field. Sevier County leading as they did at halftime, 20-0. This will be the first timeout asked for by the Smoky Bears this evening. 1:35 to go in the 3rd. Sevier County leading Farragut 20-0. Let's get a 1-minute break. We'll return with more on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School football on West 105, around the world at WFIV.com.
Life doesn't run on bank hours. That's why Citizens Bank offers checking accounts with tools you can use anytime, like mobile deposit, debit card controls, and online bill pay. Whether it's for your home or your business, you'll get options that work and support from people based right here in Knoxville and Lenoir City. Explore your options at citizensbank24.com. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is John Blair from Blair House. This time of year is filled with birthdays and anniversaries that call for gifting that is both personal and unique. At Blair House, we offer a wide variety of jewelry, chandeliers, and other unique and hard-to-find gifts for when the gift must be perfect. Blair House, your time-tested connection to the treasures of the past. Blair House, 210 North Forest Park Boulevard in Bearden.
Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Blair House Antiques, Knoxville.
On second down, coming out of the timeout, they throw to the tight end, Joey Gallison, across the way. He stumbles to the ground at midfield stripe, a 5-yard gain. That'll bring up third down and 3. Clock rolling towards 1 minute to go in this third quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 left. H-backs to the left side as well as they hand it to Patterson running left, and he's got a hole. Turns the corner at the 40, down the far sideline around the 35 where he's ushered out of bounds, but that will be a third down conversion and a Hearthside Bank first down for Sevier County as Patterson scoots around left edge, and they'll say he was out of bounds at the 41, a gain of 9, but a Hearthside Bank first down.
And this defense has really battled. They've been on the field the entire game. And it's, you really like that linebacking core pairs, obviously Brooker, Haig, and the defensive front is battling, but they've been out there a lot, stopped the run pretty well, but just not been easy for them tonight.
From the 41-yard line, fresh set of downs for Sevier County. In Farragut territory, 2 receivers each side. They throw short left side. The Admirals will make the tackle at the 37-yard line. Pushed into the far side bench is, I believe that's Newman. Yes. That's going to be a gain of 4.
I can say that you look at Sevier County on TV or watching them on streaming, and you're like, wow, they look big. And then you get to see them in person, and they are much bigger than they look even on film. I mean, Newman at 6'5" as a wide receiver is a matchup nightmare.
From the 37-yard line, second down and 6, and Sevier County jumps up front. So back them up 5. 2 penalties now in the ball game, both of them assessed against the Smoky Bears. A hold and now a false start.
Seeing the experience of Paris right there, sort of taking that false step like he is going to start the blitz and making the offensive line react.
18 seconds left in the third quarter, 2nd and 11 at the Admiral 42-yard line.
Far side hash. Moving left to right are the Smoky Bears with a bunch formation off the right. They'll run Patterson that direction, and coming up and making the hit will be Harrison Smith. Talked about the number of tackles he had at his safety position last year. A sure tackler. Sometimes you don't want your safety, of course, making that many tackles, but you sure don't want him missing them when the opportunity comes his way. And that was a secure tackle by Harrison. And that will put the third quarter in the books. So a gain of a couple, I believe, for Patterson to finish out the third quarter. A scoreless third quarter. We're sitting right where we were at halftime. Sevier County leading Farragut 20-0, but only 12 minutes remaining, and the Smoky Bears facing third down and 5 at the Farragut 36 when we return in 1 minute with fourth quarter action. You're listening to Farragut High School football on West 105, around the world at WFIV.com.
This is Derek Miser with Miser Wealth Partners. Are you still funding your 401k today? If so, you need to consider this. With our federal debt soaring past $35 trillion and the interest rate related to that debt now representing 1/6 of our federal budget, your retirement savings might not be as secure as you think. Don't leave your future to chance. Discover a wiser, tax-free alternative today. Isn't it time you experience the Miser difference? Call Miser Wealth Partners today at 865-281-1616.
Listen up. You asked for it, you got it. Introducing all-in pricing from TDS. Get ultra-powerful 1 gig all-fiber internet for just $49.99 a month for 2 years. No gimmicks, no gotchas, not 1 penny more. Plus, no contract, free installation, and a powerful Wi-Fi router included. All in? Oh yeah. Visit tds.com/price today. Internet speeds are up to and not guaranteed. Subject to availability. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Fourth quarter getting underway, third down, and it'll be the quarterback keeping. Actually, nope, flipped it over to the man in motion. That's Bryson Hedrick, and he finds a huge hole up the middle, and from 36 yards out, he will sprint into the end zone. And so they looked like they were giving it to Patterson up the middle and basically coming right behind him on the little toss ahead, touch pass. It's Hedrick taking it, I believe. That's how that played out. And 36 yards to the house is Sevier County on the board for the first time in the second half, now leading 26-0 with an extra point pending.
Yeah, that was full there on the misdirection as he runs for 6, Hedrick.
Extra point, just barely over the crossbar. So 36-yard touchdown for Hedrick. And the extra point, good by Aiden Ottolini, and Sevier County leading Farragut now with 11:51 remaining in our fourth quarter, 27-0. Our Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff coming up on the other side of this 30-second break as you listen to Farragut Football on West 105.
LCUB Fiber Internet is the ultimate neighborhood connection. Thousands of LCUB Electric customers already enjoy our lightning-fast, symmetrical gig-speed fiber internet with unlimited data, lag-free streaming and gaming, and enough bandwidth for all your family's devices. Starting at just $69.99 a month, Wi-Fi equipment included. Enjoy fixed pricing, free installation, no contracts, and local customer service. Check availability at lcub.com and get connected now.
Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff is going to skip into the end zone, well placed away from Farragut's deep return man, Carter Collier, and skips through the end zone on a hop. And so Farragut will start from its 20 following the touchback, trailing Sevier County after the Smoky Bears score on the first play of the fourth quarter, 36 yards. I believe that was a little touch pass. I don't believe that was a handoff. I think that's going to go as passing yardage. But honestly, need to check the replay to know for sure. 11:51 to go from the 20-yard line. Ball in the middle of the field. Farragut moving left to right in this fourth quarter. Hobson fires over the middle and incomplete at the 32-yard line. He was trying to get the ball to the Admirals' Abram Shelton, but good coverage by Sevier County knocked it away at the last moment.
Yeah, a little play action, dragging across the field. Maybe a slight second early, but gets his hand in there, 2nd and 10 Admirals.
Second and 10. 11:46 remaining. Pistol formation. Give it to Jacobs, the freshman, off the left side, and he churns across the 25 to the 26. Good hard run for freshman Nathan Jacobs.
When I introduced the offensive line just a few minutes ago, I forgot to include tight end Aaron Heatherly, because a lot of times when he's attached to the line of scrimmage, he is just as vital as those other guys on the line blocking right there, and good push from the junior as well.
Back to pass, and that's going to be Heatherly right on cue.
Yep.
Makes the reception, gets popped, but hangs on to it. Good enough for the first down, right, from the 26-yard line out to the 34, an 8-yard gain to the tight end Heatherly as the Admirals move the chains.
First down, Hearthside first down.
Yep.
Yeah, that was fired in again, but Heatherly comes down with a much-needed first down.
So the Admirals from the 34-yard line. Pistol, Hobson, back to pass, throws deep over the middle, and Garfield goes up and makes the catch at the 40-yard line. One-on-one ball, and Garfield goes up. The big receiver snares it, and so that's going to be 27 yards, I do believe, on the completion.
Yeah, Max Garfield, the senior, as Coach Jeff Gorney talked pregame about how he's really come on and makes a nice catch on a contested post route.
Another Hearthside Bank first down as the Admirals from the 39 hand off to Jacobs, and Jacobs ducked under the first man and then is pushed back after he advances the ball as far as the 36. That'll be a 3-yard gain for freshman Nathan Jacobs off the left side. Second down and 7.
Yeah, nice run there by the freshman. Again, all 3 backs got plenty of carries tonight, but Jacobs running hard, gets 3 there off left guard.
When I think that Coach Courtney said it best early in the interview, you go out here and you give them opportunities and you ride the hot hand.
36-yard line. Hobson in the gun, takes a snap, fires left side. That is a contested pass, and Anderson Glover somehow makes that reception. Sevier County flashed right in front of the face of the sophomore, but he concentrated and reeled it in from the 36 down to the 24, 12-yard gain in front of the Farragut bench, and good for the Hearthside Bank first down.
Yeah, an outside linebacker, John Mason, gets his hands up there. It looked like he had a chance at the pick, but somehow we come down with the football by Glover.
And that is Hearthside Bank first down, number 13 of the night for Farragut. Hobson fires left side. This time Garfield continuing on his route that Hobson apparently thought he was going to break outside, break off, break out. And it's second down and 10 after an incompletion.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a little comeback there and threw it behind him. Second and 10 as we're on the edge of the red zone.
24-yard line. Farragut trailing 27-0. Handoff Jacobs, and he is popped in the middle and driven back. Sevier County, good tackle made by Joey Gallazin. 6'4", 197. Impressive athlete. Third down and 9. Give Jacobs 1. 39 yards rushing now for the freshman tonight.
Smoky Bears are very fundamentally sound on all 3 phases of football.
Farragut looking for its first third down conversion of the night. They're not going to get it. Pass went through the hands of the intended receiver, Nathan Jacobs, and then in the neighborhood of Glover after a deflection, but neither Admiral could come up with it. So incomplete pass, that'll bring up fourth down. Farragut is 2 of 4 on fourth downs.
Don't know what the over-under on calling Nathan Johnny and Johnny Nathan this year on the season. Don't think we made the mistake yet, so it's a good start, but it's going to happen.
23-yard line, back to passes. Hobson under pressure, steps up, he'll run, and he slid down at the 16-yard line. It'll go over on downs.
4th and 9, looked like he could have got there if he runs straight ahead. You can't slide on 4th and 9 at 7.5 yards, which is what we do, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Admirals in danger of being shut out with 8:55 to go. They had again moved the ball between the 20s, but just can't sustain drives, and so it'll go over on downs. And that possession having started on the 20 following a touchback on the Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff following Sevier County's 36-yard touchdown on a little touch pass to Hedrick. And the Admirals will see Sevier County, after the failed fourth down try, take over at their, 16-yard line, I suppose. And they'll run it up the middle and out to, that's Alexis Martinez, out to the 26-yard line, 27-yard line, so an 11-yard gain and a Hearthside Bank first down.
Yeah, nice 11-yard gain there as the Bears defense does it again. Bend, don't break all game.
30 yards on 5 carries for Alexis Martinez as they pick up Hearthside Bank first down number 16 on the night for Sevier County. Farragut's got 13, but Smoky Bears got all the scoring plays. And Farragut coming in waves, good gang tackling. Owen Petoskey leading the charge for the Admirals on the defensive line. And Martinez, a little gimpy as he gets up after 3 Admirals belted him. Second down and 10, no gain.
Yeah, Parrish brought the heat with Petoskey there. Is really fundamentally sound on the middle of that interior defense.
Patterson checking in the game now.
Patterson in for Martinez as we go under 8 minutes to play. 27-0. Admirals were last shut out in 2019, second-round playoff game at Maryville. Deep ball, no chance for anybody to get to that one as Lloyd was in coverage on Sevier County's near side receiver, Brody Del Francesco.
Good coverage again by Lloyd. I bragged on him a few times. I like the way he's played tonight.
It's third down.
DeFrancesco, excuse me, I think I put an L in there. Very small print on our roster. Third down and 10 as back to pass. Newman going to his right, and Farragut's going to throw him down with Doubleday. Got him up high. I was a little concerned they might call a horse collar, but he's slung down up around the shoulder pad area. And that's going to be a loss from the 27-yard line all the way back to the 17.
But they stayed on point, did not throw a flag. I feel comfortable saying it will be the least penalized game all year. I know it's game one, but I feel very comfortable with taking that bet to Vegas. And we are going to force a punt and a deep one as he'll be kicking this from the 5. And let's see if we can do something here.
Admiral's dropping back 2 receivers this time, Apolategi and Haskins.
Well, that's a short
line
one.
Drive kick, and I think
no.
they may have touched it, and if so, that ball is loose. Farragut muffed the only previous punt from Sevier County, and they may have.
And we've got more
again.
Extracurriculars.
Yep. And that looked like a few extra points. That was, I believe, 6 yards off the ground, and we tried to attack it, but fumbled it. Luckily, got back on top of it. Best starting field position on the 45 of the Smoky Bears.
So let's see if the Admirals can avoid the goose egg. With 6:45 to play, Farragut takes back over in Sevier County territory, as Brett said, at the 45-yard line. Ball's on the far side, hashes. The Admirals move left to right. Handoff will be to the Admirals' Logan Wright. I think it's Logan's first carry of the night. You can kind of easily get him confused. If you can't see the jersey number, it's pretty easy to get him confused with Charlie Noble. They're similar in stature, but he carries off the left side and appears to have gotten no gain, and I think we've got a yellow flag.
Yeah, it's a hold coming back. That should be Logan's first carry of the night. It's going to be coming back with a hold, a quick hold there on the left side.
Farragut's first flag, so Sevier County's had 2 for 15. Farragut's going to be penalized 10 here. So it'll be first down.
We've got
and
20. Sevier County.
Sevier.
We've got a young man. Okay, Sevier County has a young man, I think, that's cramping on the sidelines, on the Farragut sidelines.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. 3 was helping him out. I don't know who the young man is that's got the cramp, but they're stretching him out on the Farragut sideline across the way. So running into the ball game to take his place is DeFrancesco.
I would say that I'll give a tip of the hat to both training programs that we've not had a bunch of cramps today.
Yeah, you know, it's not terribly hot for August, but it does speak well because both of these teams have got a number of guys that are going both ways.
Right.
And
they've been practicing much hotter the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that much.
Yes, but unlike I feel like if you watched any games Thursday night, Friday night, you were noticing some extended water breaks, some extra breaks built into the game to try to get water into it. And I don't feel like we've had extra stoppages tonight.
No, it's been pretty fast.
I feel like they've been saying, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
It's Saturday night, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Wyatt Maples was the young man cramping. He's fine walking off back across the field.
There's one of those names that we've heard a lot both ways for the Bears tonight.
Yep, and he's one of those lean guys.
I never had that problem.
More susceptible to it.
He lays the lumber, though.
I never cramped either. I don't know what the
I don't know why that is.
I don't know what it is.
Second, let's see, first down and 20, from the 45-yard line. And Hobson lets it go down the far sideline, and contested pass for Garfield knocked away. So just into the ball game was DeFrancesco, and he made a nice play at his cornerback position, running stride for stride with what appears to be considerably larger Max Garfield.
Yep, they attacked the new corner in the game immediately on a go route. Had a chance. Looked like he defended it pretty well.
6:31 remaining. Back to pass. Hobson steps up in the pocket, over the middle, drops it off short. Farragut will get some of that yardage back as Garfield makes the reception in the middle of the field and moves to the 42.
Garfield seems to have nice body control, seems to get in and out of his breaks very nicely. Well done by the young man.
Yeah, I think he'll have a lot of first down catches for us this year.
Back to pass. Hobson, third down. Hobson's going to take off and run for it and slides at the 36-yard line, so he's going to come up a yard shy, so a 6-yard gain on the scramble. And it'll be Farragut still hasn't picked up, and I could have missed one.
For what now?
Hadn't picked up a third down. By my count, 0 for 9, but it's the first game, and I guarantee you I've missed a few things on the stat sheets tonight.
Yeah, last drive, 4th and 9, we scramble, slide 2 yards short, 3rd and 7, and we slide a couple yards short again, and it's going to be 4th and 2.
2 for 5 on 4th down. Loaded pistol off the left side. Collier, and Collier pushing across the 35-yard line. The far side judge coming off the Farragut sideline, as well as the near side judge coming off the Sevier County sideline. Both seem to be in agreement that Collier got the necessary yardage. So a 2-yard gain, just enough to move the sticks, and a 4th down conversion, a Hearthside Bank first down for the Admirals. Hearthside Bank located on the southeast corner.
Was that
Concord Road and Kingston Pike and Farragut.
Was Noah at fullback right there leading the way? I like it.
Yeah, I could see that. I did not notice, but I definitely could see that. This will be Hobson under duress and going down as he releases a pass left side incomplete. So Hobson is slung down. It'll be 2nd down and 10 on the incompletion.
4:44 left in the game. Eric, tell me again, 2019, what was that date, last shutout?
That was the last time that the Admirals were shut out. Was the second round of the playoffs at Maryville, 2019.
November of 19.
Yeah. 34-yard line. Farragut, 2nd down, 10 yards to go. Hobson with the pistol, hands it off, and that up the middle goes right to the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. The Admirals are in the red zone as Logan Wright pops one up the middle, some 15 yards for the Admirals from the 34 down to the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 for Farragut.
Pretty nice run there by your 4th-string running back, Logan Wright, 5'7", 155-pound sophomore. I was kind of surprised he was in the game with the other 3, but he's run well as well.
Back to pass, Hobson throwing end zone, back shoulder,
Garfield, got him!
Admirals are on the board. 4:16 to play. Nicely thrown ball by Corbin Hobson from 19 yards out. Back shoulder to Max Garfield. Great adjustment by the big senior receiver. And the Admirals on the board as Ryan McHugh comes on to attempt the extra point.
Yeah, back shoulder Hobson with another missile, and Max able to catch that one. Really good hands, Garfield, as we get on the board, and the shutout streak will not continue.
Farragut converts in the red zone, and I think it's the first time they've been in the red zone tonight. So from 19 yards out, they ended a possession in the red zone, but the play itself didn't start there. And so here's McHugh out of the hold of Haig and the snap of Parrish, all good. And so Farragut trailing 27-7 with 4:16 to go in our 4th quarter here at Bergtar Stadium on the campus of Carson Newman University. Back with the kickoff, the Rick Terry Jewelry Designs kickoff in 30 seconds as you listen to Farragut football presented by Precision Door here on West 105 and around the world at WFIV.com. Off.
Yeah.
More scores of interest. Greenville defeats North Cal West 35-0. Carter defeats Northview Academy 57-19. Science Hill defeats Elizabethton 27-20. North Cal East defeats South Green 27-20. Melinda's onside kick is recovered by Boston Hedgewood. First down, Sevier penalty.
You working on that, Eric?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dusty just texted me.
Yeah. There was a run by Nathan Patterson up the middle. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 5. Going to set down a 2nd and 5 for the Smoky Bears.
Yeah, the onside kick was handled well by the Bears as the Admirals tried to get the football back.
3 minutes and 41 seconds here at Roy Harmon Field. Beautiful campus of Carson-Newman University.
Yes, it is. Rain's still coming.
Keeper around the left side and sliding down is going to be Cooper
Now that
Newman.
can be good. That's why the pros at Precision Garage Door Service are available same day with fully stocked trucks to fix it fast. So we can turn into
oh my, wow. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what. Hopefully this will hold.
3:05 and counting now as the Smoky Bears getting signaled in. Loaded pistol. Patterson on the carry. Apolatege meets him at the 40-yard line. I believe Paris there as well.
Good, just enough for the first down.
Hearthside Safe Bank first down. As we've got 1st and 10 now from the 40-yard line on the near hash. Talking about these neutral site location games are new to high school football, I feel like. And here we are, as I said, beautiful Jefferson City, Tennessee. Patterson going off left tackle again. Looks like I'm trying to see. Is that Mason again? No. That would be Luke Dunkel on the tackle.
Let's hope we said that right.
I think it's Dinkel.
Deckel. I'm going with you guys. I'm trusting you guys. 2:06 and counting here. As if you're listening to 105.3, we are experiencing some technical difficulties. But if you're checking out the stream, we're trying to keep going for you guys. Another left-handed or left side run. Patterson breaks free. He's down to the 20. Run down at the 17-yard line. Connor Paris running him down. I believe the ball was on the 38, and he gets it down to the 17, so we'll give him a 21-yard gallop off the left side.
Yeah, Phillips fresh, as they've had 2 or 3 other backs in the game, but he started the game off left tackle, gets 21, 1:30 left. Not kneeing the football as of now.
He is a well-put-together sophomore if you look at the way he's playing and his body type. I'm telling you, I went and watched Sevier County later in the playoffs last year, and their size, I don't want to say misleading, but they are definitely bigger and more impressive in person.
Are you sure he's 174 pounds? I don't think that's true.
No, I don't believe so.
That roster's not correct there.
I think he did not go to the same scale that everyone else went to.
Yeah, so we've seen some other 180s that look a little differently.
It goes off to the right side now. It looks like he's going to get a gain of 1 yard, bringing up a 2nd and 9 as the clock is now under a minute with the Smoky Bears leading the Farragut Admirals 27-7.
Should be the last play of the ball game here. As they bring in some new Smoky Bears.
Seeing number 6. Well, that's Parker Newman. Are they going to take a knee? Yes, they are. They're going to drop back Hedrick back deep, sort of as the safety valve. Smoky Bears taking a knee down right there on the 21 as the clock is going to run out, and the 2025 season's opener is now in the books as the clock continues to cut down, and we're going to have a final here. The Smoky Bears 27, Farragut 7, as Coach Courtney and Coach Loveday are going to lead their teams out on the 50-yard line to shake hands.
Yep. First one's in the books.
It is in the books. And we're going to have a lot of post-game stuff going on right now. And Eric is feverishly typing away on his phone trying to get it reconnected. So if you're on the stream, hi, I'm Tyler Carr. Brett Clendenin here with us as well. Eric Gerhardt, the voice of the Admirals, is here with us as the rain is making its way back in.
Been here the whole second half.
It has been. But other than that, a wonderful, beautiful view for the night as the Smoky Bears and the Admirals put on a great performance here tonight. You know, me and Eric on the car ride up here, we're sort of talking about it. You know, what a wonderful opportunity for these young men to come out here, play on a college campus, play in a college stadium, and in reality, not far from home, Brett.
No, and it was an easy drive, and I'll tell you what, I hate to be overly positive about a 27-7 loss, but we'll talk about it in the postgame. But there were some really positive things to take. Definitely defensively, and I think this team has an opportunity to get better throughout the year. A lot of freshmen, sophomore, juniors playing, so there's some positives to take for sure.
Yes, and I mean, you it's not like you're picking on a team that was, you know, a borderline playoff team last year. That is the defending 5A state champions. And I know some people out there are going to say, well, they're 5A, Farragut's 6A. Last night we watched, you know, the now a 4A team, but how many time defending 3A state champion knock off a perennial 6A powerhouse in Alcoa. So anyone that wants to say the classifications does not matter, I sort of want them to go and play at Alcoa High School and go tell me how classifications don't matter.
Right.
Because I don't buy into that all the time.
No way.
Well,
as they are announcing players of the game down on the field, and I believe Cooper Newman is going to be the MVP of the game.
Makes sense.
I'd say so.
All right, so we're trying to get connected back to the station for those, of course, our only listeners, I suppose, live this evening, as the video stream is going to be delayed.
You know, let's as Brett sort of said, let's put a positive spin on this right now. This game, while it is you know, a heartbreaking 27-7 loss, it does not negatively impact your stance in the region standings. Does not affect the playoff position right now. So there's still 9 more weeks, and I think that's going to be Coach Courtney's message to his guys is we still got 9 more opportunities to go out here and prove ourselves.
And, you know, you had a couple really important starters out tonight. You saw some really positive things from really 5 or 6 defenders, if not more, and they battled. And this is, like I said earlier, this is a very, very solid and fundamentally sound Smoky Bear team that hasn't lost since 2023. So very solid
for
team.
people.
Yeah, very solid team.
Oh, I do want to. I don't know if they're going to hear this or not, but the fine folks here at Carson Newman University, they've put us up here in the.
Yeah, it's been great.
We're going to have to come back every week.
It's been great.
Yeah, I know. It has been fantastic.
This has been fantastic.
Really
We've got air conditioning, which, Brett, we've done this long enough that you don't always get that everywhere you go. And in August, it can get quite muggy for those that don't know in East Tennessee.
And Eric's on the 50. I'm on the 46. You're on the other 45. I mean, we've got a great bird's eye view.
Maybe we should do this professionally, guys. Have you ever thought about this? Let's turn this from a hobby into our profession.
This is a nice, yeah, they really took care of us tonight for sure. And I know Coach Jeff Courtney just got done talking to his team, and I know there was probably a lot discussed, but guys, we could have played better. They made some mistakes. There's no doubt about it. The muff punt early was really a turn of events, right? You got that first stop against a really good offense, and then the fumble happened, and obviously kind of spinballed from there. But definitely some positive take. I think this team's going to win some games. I don't think we're going to start 0-5. I think there's some real opportunities, but Admiral's got to learn from it and played a lot of young guys tonight, and we'll only get better.
And then you're right, there's some very good bright spots. I mean, you look at Max Garfield and some of the plays that he made tonight and did a wonderful job. You look at Nathan Jacobs. There's just some young talent on that field all over the place. And then there were some that we knew about, like Donovan Lloyd. I feel like he showed some flashes tonight at defensive back.
Right.
So.
And then some guys we know about. I mean, Patowski, Brooker, Parrish, Haig, like we said, Lloyd, Doubleday with a huge sack, right? So you had some the defense, we don't do – that's the only stat I think Eric doesn't do is time of possession, at least to real time. But the defense was out there 48 minutes. I would guess a good 35. Felt that way.
That first half, it felt like, especially that first quarter, like they put in some overtime, I feel like. And all right, I'm trying to check my scoreboard right this second to see what's going on, because apparently the rain – back home in the Knoxville area is much worse, because I've yet to find out if Bearden and West has even gotten started tonight. Last I had heard, I saw a picture of the rain going on there, and it did not look promising for those folks in the western part.
I think we were
of Knox
fortunate
County.
in that way. I think we were a little bit less rain tonight over here.
Yes, and then I believe Clinton and Heritage had started to their game tonight, but they've been in a lightning delay since about the first quarter, excuse me. So I'm still trying to gather up some things here. I'm looking. I had the Fulton and Macon County game pulled up earlier, and let's see here. It is right now in the. It says second quarter. I think it looks like it's halftime. Macon County 14, Fulton 6. At halftime, it looks like, is the Falcons traveling to Macon County tonight. So looking like, I'm sorry, excuse me. It says 14-6 halftime score. Falcons scoring right at the buzzer to make it a one-score game to start the second half. So we've got some updates going on there, and I want to be quiet and let Eric take over now.
I think we may be back. Eric, how about you?
Wow. Well, we very much apologize for some technical difficulties on our end as this game was winding down. The Admirals getting on the board late to avoid the shutout. Sevier County then took it down the field, picked up a few first downs before ultimately taking a knee on the final play of the game. And Sevier County wins its 16th in a row. Last year 15-0, the defending Class 5A state champions. They were impressive tonight as they built a 27-0 lead before Farragut got the final score of the night on a 19-yard touchdown pass back shoulder throw, beautifully done from Corbin Hobson to Max Garfield to avoid the shutout. Ryan McHugh on the extra point, 27-7, our final score, as it was Sevier County scoring early in this ball game after Farragut muffed a punt. The defense had gotten a stop, but the Smoky Bears given a second opportunity. Good team's going to take advantage of that. That's exactly what they did 2 plays later with an 11-yard touchdown run by Nathan Patterson. 7:42 to go in the first quarter, and Sevier County leading 7-0. The Smoky Bears, after Farragut went over on downs, took over at the Admiral 48-yard line, picked up 3 first downs, and scored on a 4th and 6 7-yard touchdown toss from Parker Newman to Bryson Hedrick. They would connect later in the game as well for another touchdown. Extra point was missed, 13-0. Sevier County leading with 3:12 to go in our opening quarter. Ryan McHugh's 46-yard punt on Farragut's next possession. The Admirals moved for 3 first downs, which was a real pattern through much of the middle part of this game. 3 first downs, then they had to punt it. McHugh nearly had the ball downed inches shy of the goal line, but it just went into the end zone for a touchback, so a net of 26. Sevier County then moved from its 20-yard line, and facing 4th down, they connected on another touchdown toss. 4th down. This one was 25 yards to Jackson Perry. And with 4:19 to go in the second quarter after the made extra point, it was the Smoky Bears up 20-0. Farragut would move for 3 first downs, but then went over on downs late in the first half. One knee for the Smoky Bears to take it to the locker room at the break, up 20-0. Farragut trying to get on the board to begin the second half, attempted a 41-yard field goal, but it was blocked, I believe, by Parker Newman of Sevier County, and the Smoky Bears blocked, I think it was 3 field goals last year. So they've got a penchant for that for sure, and blocked the field goal. And then the defense, however, bowed its neck, got a 4th down stop. So the Smoky Bears went over on downs after their first possession of the second half. Farragut unfortunately went 3 and out. McHugh's punt was 36 yards, no return, and then a 36-yard touchdown. I think that was a touch pass to Hedrick coming through the middle, and that's what I put it down as, is passing yardage. And the extra point was good. 11:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Sevier County leading 27-0. Farragut would again go over on downs, but the defense forced a Sevier County punt, got the ball back for the offense, which started at the Smoky Bear 45-yard line. Moved into the red zone for the first time tonight, and the aforementioned 19-yard touchdown toss, back shoulder, beautiful throw and catch from Corbin Hobson to Max Garfield. And the Admirals 27-7, trailing at that point after McHugh's extra point with 4:16 to go. Again, Sevier County moved down the field and ultimately took a knee as this game comes to an end. The Smoky Bears off to a 1-0 start. Farragut 0-1. We, as I was trying to get us reconnected after our technical difficulties there, we were talking for the benefit of or Tyler and Brett were talking for the benefit of our listening audience later on the video stream, for those that would like to check out this game on demand later on, and saying, that despite the 27-7 score, there were definitely some positives to be taken from this. That is I think we're all duly impressed with Sevier County tonight. The game MVP was selected as Sevier County's quarterback. No great surprise there. I probably, with the late game technical issues, missed some stats for him, but I had him with 207 on the night. A couple of those were just touch passes, you might say, to men in jet motion, and so not necessarily throwing the ball down the field, but even so, an impressive night for Cooper Newman. He is a very poised young man. Under duress, keeps his eyes downfield, delivered the ball, scrambled at times for needed yardage, and just played an altogether fine ball game, and certainly a worthy selection as the overall player of the game. We'll be selecting a Farragut Blair House player of the game as our post-game show continues, but we'll be saving that till just a little bit later on, chance to discuss that. But again, we've gotten you the scores there. We'll tell you that at least by my count, and again, this late things kind of got away from me a bit, but I have Farragut with 16. Hearthside Bank first downs tonight. Sevier County with 18. The problem for the Admirals, third down. Couldn't pick up any third downs. I had them 0 for 9 on third down tonight, while Sevier County converted 5 of 11, I do believe, on third down. So that was a big number, obviously, in this ball game. Farragut did pick up some fourth downs. They were 3 of 6, in fact, on third down. But Sevier County 2 of 2 in the first half, and both of those were touchdowns. Finished, I think, 2 of 3 on fourth downs. And as we commented throughout the night, very, very few flags. Second half, the only penalties we saw, Sevier County got a couple of flags, a holding penalty and illegal procedure, and Farragut with a holding penalty, I think the only flag against the Admirals. So the officials just let them play tonight. And all in all, it felt like there were some tempers perhaps flaring because of the nature of play late in the ball game. But all in all, I think give the officials credit for a well officiated game tonight. The Admirals, let's see, would get 147 yards passing from Corbin Hobson tonight. He connected once with Johnny Jacobs for 12 yards. Max Garfield, including the 19-yard touchdown reception late, totaled 6 catches for 80 yards. Anderson Glover made a couple of tough catches for Farragut this evening. The sophomore reeled in 4 balls for 36 yards. Charlie Noble, 1 catch. Screen pass that the Smoky Bears snuffed out for no gain. Aaron Heatherly, 3 catches, 19 yards. So, again, 147 and a touchdown through the air for Farragut. On the ground, Carter Collier, 7 carries, 22 yards. Charlie Noble, 4 carries, 20 yards. Logan Wright, 1 for 15. Nathan Jacobs, the freshman, carried for 39 yards. That was on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 carries for Nathan Jacobs. And then you had Corbin Hobson with 4 carries for 3 yards. So the Admirals 42, 57, 77, and 99 yards on the ground, 147 through the air. And so 246 yards of total offense tonight by my count for this 2025 Farragut squad as they get things started. Cooper Newman for Sevier County, the junior quarterback, 4 carries, -1 yard. Nathan Patterson, 91 yards rushing tonight, including the early touchdown. It was Alexis Martinez, I believe, with 30 yards rushing on 6 carries. The team, a couple of knees to end the first half and end the game, -8. So 22, it's going to be 113, 112. Got him with 112 on the ground tonight. Could have missed a couple of yards on that final possession for Sevier County when we were, again, trying to get back on the air. Newman I had with 207 yards rushing. So if my numbers are close, and I think they're in the ballpark, it's 319 yards of total offense tonight for Sevier County. Again, Farragut with 246. But the plays that needed to be made, while you look at those numbers and you think the disparity is not as great as it is on the scoreboard. Third down was big. Sevier County was able to make the plays when necessary, and the Admirals struggled to do so this evening. Just moved the ball at times well between the 20s, but not until late were they able to stick it in the end zone. But when they did, again, it was a fine play, a good throw by Hobson, and a fine catch by Garfield. But guys, you were talking about some of the positives, and we were saying that it's a mix of veteran leadership. It's a large senior class. Last year's senior class was unusually small. This year's senior class is back to kind of the numbers that we've grown to expect, at least since Farragut's enrollment went back up after Hardin Valley opened. The numbers plummeted there for a number of years, but you're back at like 24, 25 seniors, and you've got some good leadership from that group, but you've also got some promising youngsters. And I think, as we see this season go on, we're going to see those roles expand and those players develop, and I'm excited about what the future holds for this team. It just tonight was a really tough draw for an opening round game, or for opening night games.
Yeah, and we talked about it. I mean, Farragut, Koreshi Smith both didn't play tonight, but we named 5 or 6 defenders who I thought really did some good things, and they were on the field a lot tonight, right? And they're a very solid, fundamentally sound team, and we didn't win the turnover battle, right? We made some mistakes, and to be in this game, you needed to play better than that. But, I mean, as far as the schedule going forward, a lot of opportunities at wins. And I'll say this about Coach Courtney. Didn't have a lot of scared or afraid to play young guys. He put them all out there and said, let's see what you can do on Friday night. I mean, we saw 4 backs that I thought looked pretty good,
Yeah.
And so definitely let them out there and see, hey, what does it look like on Friday night? So we got some film. We may not win this game, but if we don't, we're going to learn some stuff about our team. And I thought we learned a lot about it, and I've got some quiet optimism.
I thought when you think about run defense, Tyler,
Yeah.
you know what? They wore Farragut down a little bit as the game went on and got more productive in the run game, did Sevier County. But that defense was out there on the field an awful long time because the offense just was kind of struggling to give them a break.
Yep.
And I thought you played pretty darn solid run defense. And then I thought, like Brett was just saying, the stable of backs, I think that was encouraging as well.
I think that if you look at it right now, that's got to be the things you want to hang your hat on right now. You're also looking at a defensive line tonight for the Admirals that was 60 pounds 60 pounds less than the opposing offensive line tonight.
No.
That's a big difference, especially when you go for 4 quarters. And, you know, as active as Owen Patowski was, like, you've got a double day. They were both active. You saw, you know, Brooker, you saw Paris. They're getting down there. They've just got to, you know, offense got to help them out a little bit. Run game's going to help that. And I think that you're going to see that Charlie was the only one that I felt like got a lot of carries from the running back position out of those 4 tonight. One of them was still in middle school, and he took some welcome to Friday night moments, but he also delivered a couple of I'm here to play on Friday nights moments.
Yeah. Well, and you talk about the size of Sevier County's offensive line, the good size on the line, but, you know, sometimes you can face an offensive line and they're big, but that doesn't necessarily mean that much, right? They're kind of statuesque. And those guys, I feel like those guys move pretty good. They're pretty sound up front. And so, I mean, what I take away from this, guys, is that I'm as impressed as I thought I would be by Sevier County, and I'm optimistic about Farragut's youth and what they can do over the course of a season. They got a chance to really grow.
Yeah, what were you going to say, Tom?
I was going to say Sevier County right now. I've not watched a lot of 5A football highlights this summer yet, but as long as number 7's back there for them, I think they've got a good chance of being back in Chattanooga come, you know, December.
Yeah. He's a difference maker.
Well, we don't. I mean, obviously, we talk about the youth, and obviously for us, it's hey, this could be a good ride for the next 3 years, right? But I mean, we're always, I talk about the great Corey Walker, who I loved at 6'3", 295 pounds. But we don't have a ton of those guys. We don't play a lot of 300-pound guys on the defensive front, and so we're going to be undersized a lot. And those linebackers are a lot like Coach Courtney said in the pregame. They can be just as good as some of those great ones. You got to keep guys off of them, right? And if you can do that, and I thought Doubleday and obviously Patowski did some good things, and so yeah, I'm optimistic. If you can stop the run and run the football, and I give the offensive line a little bit of credit. There was some pressure, but I mean last year there was some jailbreaks, and I don't mean to pregame game number 2, but game number 2 last year, Powell really got to the quarterback at will. I think the offensive line, not perfect by any means, but I think we'll block it better than they did last year. And if they can run it consistently with 3 or 4 backs, because we didn't feel comfortable playing 2 or 3 backs last year, and I thought Noble had to get way too many carries. But if you feel comfortable, yeah, I'm optimistic as well.
Garfield again. When you look at the receiving core and who Corbin Hobson was able to find tonight, he was the favorite target, 6 catches for 80 yards and the 1 touchdown. Lake covering 19. Johnny Jacobs 1 for 12. Anderson Glover 4 for 36. Aaron Heatherly 3 for 19. Charlie Noble 1 for 0. And I guess that's it. So, spread it around some to a couple of different receivers and the tight end. I think that tight end position is something that could really evolve for Farragut over the course of the season, not only with Heatherly. Burnett's kind of a guy that is a bit of a hybrid wide receiver or tight end, and maybe his role will expand. We didn't see him catch a ball tonight to my knowledge. I didn't have it on my stat sheet, but I think you lose a couple of guys like Robbie Jacobs and Landon Collins, and that's a lot to make up for. But I like some of the young receivers too, and just the size and the hands. I mean, Garfield made a nice catch on the touchdown, and Anderson Glover gloved a couple of balls over the middle, went up and really snared them. And so I just think that, again, you give credit to Sevier County. They're a good team. Wish them the best as they move on. They're going to – I think they're going to have their way in Region 1 5A. That's I think that's kind of a foregone conclusion. But I'm sure they've got some games lined up, non-region games to test them. And wish them the best as they move forward. They got a fine team again this year. The Admirals, I think, have an opportunity to really – improve as the year goes on. They'll take on Powell next week, and that'll be a big challenge, but a one at home. The Panthers were playing Anderson County last night when weather disrupted that game, and so they did not finish it today as they originally kind of stated that that was the intention, and thought better of it, I guess, because of maybe some extracurriculars off the field as the teams were heading off. But they may be without one of their players next week. But anyhow, Farragut and Powell at Bill Claybo Field, 7 o'clock next Friday night. We look forward to that one. And again, got to find the positives in this one and build on those. Guys, what are your thoughts on player or players, however you want to do that? We can go with simply one selection, or if you'd like to go offense, defense, I'm fine with that as well for our Blair House Antiques players of the game.
Offensively might be a little bit tougher. I'm interested for suggestions. I could go 3 or 4 guys defensively tonight.
I thought Nathan Jacobs gave him a spark at running back for sure. The freshman with 10 carries by my count for 39 yards, picked up some tough yards, got a 4th down conversion. And then Max Garfield, again, 6 catches for 80 yards, including the lone touchdown. I think Garfield's the other guy that jumps out at you.
I think Garfield was where I was leaning.
Yeah, I think you have to.
I think so, but, because you see the big play potential in him, you see the frame. And I think that's going to be another one of those things that watch his maturation over week 1 to week 2 of how he's sort of, now that he's seen it live under the lights, he'll have get better and better and better each week. So I think Garfield is the perfect pick for the offense player of the game. And I'm going to let you have defense because, I'm like you. I've got 5 or 6 possibilities, but I don't know which one to go with.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Coach Courtney mentioned, Garfield being a lot like Landon Collins. And you got to realize, too, Garfield's a senior who played pretty sparingly last year, right? I mean, he didn't get many catches at all. You can tell me if he had 4 or 5 catches. But that's some confidence built. And, 6 catches, 80 yards. I think in a game like this where offense was limited, you have to go there. Defensively, Parrish, Brooker, Lloyd, I really thought Lloyd played well. And I was excited, to see what he did. And then I could give it to Patowski every week because that guy's got a motor. And we're going to give it to him again. But he never quits. He gets held. He's fired up. I mean, those 4 guys are the ones I'm thinking about. But Patowski you can always go with. I thought Lloyd really did some good things. And then Parrish, fantastic as always.
I'll agree with Brett right there. Lloyd really played well. He came up and tackled well on the edge. He went and covered deep. He had an outstanding game. For a guy that you got to remember, he's a sophomore. He's still 14, 15 years old, and he's out there against the 6'5" receiver and held his own and carried a lot of that pressure for that defense.
I think any throw that was thrown at him, he was in the back pocket. You know what I mean? And then the way he aggressively tackled at 150 pounds, I liked what I saw.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll go with Donovan Lloyd as our Blair House Antiques defensive player of the game, and Max Garfield, wide receiver, who had Farragut's lone touchdown tonight. He totaled 6 catches for 80 yards. He will be our offensive selection as Blair House Antiques player of the game. Again, we're back Friday night, coming up Friday night, a little less than a week.
Yeah.
7 o'clock kickoff from Bill Claybo Field, Eddie Courtney Stadium, as the Admirals take on the Powell Panthers. And guys, big quarterback, very tough to tackle. The Panthers, I think, graduated some of that outstanding defense from a year ago that gave Farragut such fits over at Powell, but they've still got the big quarterback who a year ago I think was a legitimate 230. I'm worried that he might be a legitimate 260 this year.
Yeah, and how dinged up is he? He got hurt in the second quarter of that game.
That's true.
That's true. I think that game was called with 10 minutes left in the third, and he did not have his pads on at that game at the end of it. So how healthy is he? We'll see. But regardless, the Admirals are going to have to, play differently than they did last year, and I think they are. I think they're a different team, got to protect it better, and got to run the football better for sure.
I think that's
it.
Right now there's so many unknowns about both teams. It's just going to show up Friday night. Let's get it on under the lights and make some magic.
Yeah.
Well, again, we appreciate all of our sponsors who are on board for this 2025 season. We're looking forward to it. Trying to find some positives tonight, and I don't think you really have to search too hard to find them. It's just that tonight a little bit overmatched against the defending Class 5A state champs who won their 16th game in a row as Farragut falls 27-7. But again, let those sponsors that you'll hear not only on our game broadcast but throughout the week on West 105, let them know how much you appreciate their sponsorship of Farragut football, Farragut athletics on the radio. And certainly appreciate our presenting sponsor, Precision Door, a new sponsor this year. And so our Precision door, not only presenting sponsor, but they're doing the halftime as well. And
Farside Bank texted me after the game and wanted Tyler Carr to shout out because he made sure they were taking care of
that's right.
which is what we need.
That's right. That's right. It's early on, guys, and I guarantee you there was a kickoff or two that I didn't mention Rick Terry Jewelry Designs as I was supposed to, and probably missed more than a couple of Hearthside Bank first down calls. But we'll do better next week, and hopefully it'll be a better result for the Admirals as well. Hopefully no technical difficulties late in next week's game, too. But appreciate Dusty Street staying with us and helping out and rebooting everything back at the station multiple times, getting us back on the air. Appreciate Tony Cox and Nick Blankenship for all of their help, and Nick behind the camera. If you happen to check out the video stream, which will be available later on, appreciate those men as well. And of course, for Brett Clendenin, Tyler Carr, I'm Eric Gerhardt saying thank you so much for listening. Back next Friday night, Farragut with its home opener against Powell, 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air at 6:15 right here on West 105 around the world. WFIV.com. Have a great night, everyone, and a great remainder of your weekend.
Farragut High School football, the presenting sponsor, Precision Door Service. The game brought to you by Mike Dyer Insurance, Fisher Tire, David's Abbey Carpet, Rick Terry Jewelry, The Blair House, Citizens Bank, Knoxville and Lenore City, Valley Plumbing, LCUV Internet, The Shrimp Duck, Miser Wealth Partners, Ryan Insurance Group, Hearthside Bank. You're listening to West 105, the voice of the Farragut Admirals.
WFIV 105.3 FM, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City. You're listening to West 105.